the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Good morning, you beauties. Thank you so much for dialing in. It's a Friday, baby. Thank you so much for connecting. It's been an amazing week. Today is going to be even better. My name is Graham Richards. Welcome to the family. And I say the family because the family is all important today. Why? The Fast and the Furious 10 releases today, and we are going petrol head crazy on your very feel-good breakfast show this morning. You know we love this franchise and we love the family. And of course, part of our family, Ryle, he is going on a deep dive. He is taking our camera crew to join the ultra-talented drifter and spinner Yassine Damon in the parking lot, as the show is going to literally take us onto the tar, and we're going to burn some rubber, and we are here for that. And we are even taking the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra along to capture some night mode videos and show the shots. In fact, we're going to shoot our shot this morning because it is a Friday, and I know one man who is feeling the feels just as much as I am this morning and is so ready to embrace you, welcome you into his warm embrace. Mr. Carl Wasty, I missed you, boy.
I missed you too, man. Here's my warm embrace. And I'm embracing what is a franchise that has been a complete sensation. And there are about 1 million of them. And this is the latest installment. In fact, Fast and Furious releasing today. But we'd like to know, given the fact that Raul's going to be, spinning with some vehicles out somewhere in Cape Town, are you passionate about modifying vehicles? I mean, what are the types of things that, you'd like to do to your vehicle? More importantly, if you're already modified, I want to see pictures, please. Be proud of that, because I know that Vin Diesel would have wanted it on your Feel Good Breakfast show. And remember, in the words of Vin Diesel, it doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning is winning. That's exactly what we're going to do today. Get you winning on your Feel Good Breakfast show. So answer that, 063-408-8863, as well as get into our socials. We'd love to hear from you as we get into news fastly and furiously.
Let's hope a little less furious this morning as we start here in South Africa. The Department of Transport yesterday confirmed that it had approved the application to grant car powership access to SA. So the access will be for a period of 20 years. Earlier yesterday, Electricity Minister Dr. Josientsho Ramakgopa emphasized that powerships would inevitably form part of the country's emergency energy procurement. Ramakgopa addressed the closing session of the Enlet Africa Energy Conference in the Cape Town International Convention Centre this week. Ramakgopa added that it was vital that as much additional energy is possibly brought online to ease the load-shedding burden through this phase. Then, staying in the country, President Cyril Ramaphosa will today lead a presidential imbizo in the Cape Winelands district in the municipality in the Western Cape. He'll engage with citizens, the community-based organizations and businesses at the Dal Yosafat Athletic Stadium in Paarl after his visit to the Vlakkeland housing project, also in Paarl. And he'll be accompanied by the Minister of Trade, Industry and Competition, Ibrahim Patel, and Western Cape Premier Alan Winde. And the presidential imbizo provides a platform for the president to engage with communities firsthand regarding their experiences of daily life and service delivery. Then on the international news front, the International Monetary Fund has approved a $3 billion bailout for Ghana. It'll be made available to the country over a period of 3 years. Ghana is currently suffering from its worst economic crisis in history due to high inflation, a large debt burden, and the weakening of the local currency against the US dollar. The first $600 million of that loan package is expected to be made available to Ghana pretty soon. Then some really sad news from Italy, where more bodies sadly were found yesterday after almost every river had flooded between Bologna and the northeast coast, 115 kilometers away. There have been some 280 landslides as a result. Water and mud took over a whole village, said a 71-year-old resident, Roberta Lazzarini. Streets, houses and gardens inundated. Firefighters had to help a 97-year-old woman leave her bedroom in a rubber dinghy. The death toll now stands at 13, and some 13,000 people have been forced from their dwellings. Then the humanitarian organization, the Gift of the Givers, has once again brought immense joy and happiness to many. This time, the Gift of the Givers Foundation has donated a 60 million rand state-of-the-art stores dispensary to the Charlotte Maxeke Hospital in Johannesburg, designed in accordance with the fire regulations. This is a fantastic step. So the old facility was destroyed by fire. The hospital's CEO, Gladys Bagoshi, expressed sincere thanks and appreciation for the organization for assisting the facility in their ability to recover from last year's devastating fire. Bagoshi added that Dr. Imtiaz Suleiman, founder of the Gift of the Givers, had doubled their facilities. We quote here, "Your team didn't spare anything from security to shelving," she added. Health Minister Dr. Joe Patla admitted the government could have done better in expediting the refurbishment of the hospital. He was speaking at the handover of the store's dispensary and also praised the Gift of the Givers for work done in record time, and we'll doff our caps to them as well. You keep doing what you do every day. It's your calling. Speaking of calling, I know one man has been waiting for the opportunity to embrace his calling. Bringing you the sport this morning, it's Mr. Carl Wasty.
So kind of you to give me this privilege, Graham. I appreciate it. Let's get into your sporting action. Let's start off local football. The PSL has announced the nominees for the 2022-2023 PSL Awards. The prestigious Footballer of the Season award, which is voted for by the 16 Premier Division head coaches, will be contested by Tebogo Mokoena, Monapule Saleng, as well as Ronan Williams. Now, Saleng and Williams have also been nominated in the Player of the Season category, together with Mamelodi Sundowns captain Themba Zwane. And SuperSport United's Gavin Hunt will be up against Rulani Mokoena and Jose Rivero for Coach of the Season honours. Now, I have recovered from Real Madrid getting dumped out of the Champions League, so I can bring you Europa League action. Jose Mourinho's Roma reached the Europa League final by holding Bayer Leverkusen to a goalless draw in the second leg of their semi-final tie. Eduardo Bove's goal gave the Italian side a 1-0 win in the first leg, and that was enough to take them through. Mourinho has won all 5 of his previous 5 European finals, including last season's Europa Conference League with Roma, and 6-time winners Sevilla are through to a 7th Europa League final after their extra-time winner over Juventus in a pulsating semi-final second leg. The decisive goal came 5 minutes into extra time when Brian Hill crossed over for Eric Lamela to head home. On to cricket action. Virat Kohli hit a spellbinding 100 off just 62 balls to keep alive Royal Challengers Bangalore's hopes of reaching the IPL's knockout stages. Kohli's 6th IPL ton, a record equalled only by Chris Gayle, ensured RCB chased down 187 against already eliminated Sunrisers Hyderabad. He put on 172 for the first wicket alongside Faf du Plessis, who made 71. South Africa's Heinrich Klaassen top scored for Hyderabad with 104. RCB faced leaders Gujarat in their final group stage match on Sunday. And on to tennis news. And bit of news I've been fearing. Rafael Nadal will miss the French Open for the first time in 19 years after a hip injury ruled out the record 14-time men's singles champion. The 36-year-old Spaniard, who has won 22 major titles, also said he plans to retire after the 2024 season. Nadal holds the joint record number of men's major triumphs alongside Serbia's Novak Djokovic. He has won 70 other ATP titles and spent 209 weeks at world number 1, the 6th longest amount of time in ATP history. Of course, he'll be definitely missed in that particular tournament. That's it for the sport for now. Thank you, Graham. Let's get on to the weather. I'll take this one too, Graham. Anyway, let's go to weather, shall we? It would appear that it's time for snow lovers to head for the Eastern Cape. This, as the South African Weather Service says, light snow can be expected over the southern Drakensberg and northeastern mountainous areas of the Eastern Cape today. Large parts of the Eastern Cape province are already experiencing wet and freezing cold weather, which the Weather Service says will persist at least for another day. Recovery of daytime temperatures is expected from tomorrow. At least 3 people have already succumbed in floods over the past days in the Amatole district in the province. A spokesperson for the Amatole municipality says disaster management teams are continuing to determine the extent of the damage. A yellow level 2 warning for disruptive rain leading to localized flooding has also been issued for the southern coastal areas of KwaZulu-Natal adjacent to the Eastern Cape for today. Now, of course, we need to move on to some of those sunrise views, and we love this. In fact, Rani, we're going to start with you in Ovongo, enjoying early morning strolls on the beach. What an experience that has to be on a Friday. And then Audrey Elise in Montclair snapped this beautiful shot of the palm tree between the stunning orange tones in the sky. Marcus up at GQ showcasing this sun rising up out in the distance, reflecting over the ocean. And then Bernice in Saldanha sharing a lovely moment with us, enjoying some hot chocolate, watching the sunrise. Perfect way to start your day, a little bit of that beautiful cool haze. I love it. So 063-408-8863. Let us know what it looks like when you start your day. We'd love to share that with you right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Let's take a peek at your temperatures for the day. In fact, the first look for you, Polokwane, starting with you, 9 rising to 25 degrees Celsius. Bombela, 12 to 24, with some thunder expected in your area. Pretoria, you can expect 6 rising to 22. Johannesburg, a very cold 3 as you wake up this morning. 20 sometime this afternoon as conditions warm up. Mahikeng looking quite clear but quite cold this morning, 2 to 21. Klerksdorp, same for you, 2 rising to 20. Kimberley, just 1 degree Celsius as you wake up this morning. 16 is your maximum temperature. And then Bloemfontein, you are dropping to -1. 17 is your maximum. Richards Bay, 11 rising to 18 today. Definitely rain expected if it's not raining already. Pietermaritzburg, same case for you. Precipitation all over, 5 to 13. Durban, you can expect 13 rising to 17 with some rain. Mthatha, 4 up to 16 today. Over to Emonti, East London, 9 to 18 today. Cradock, you've got just 1, of course, as you wake up this morning, 16 later. Gqeberha, you've got 9 to 19. George, 8 rising to 17. The Mother City, Cape Town, a nice cool day for you, 11 up to 17. Maximum of 19 can be expected in Worcester from a low of 6. Sutherland, chilly, -1. And your top is only 13. And then Uppington dropping down to the temperatures just 0 as you rise this morning. 20 is how you thaw out a tad lighter. Now, the thing is, if you do want a little bit of warming up, we've got all the entertainment for you. We've got discussions, we've got recipes, we've got everything you need. In fact, Graham will run that down for you now.
Yep, we've merely embraced social media. They were born in it. Yes, we've brought in the all-star team to bring us all the latest entertainment news. Carissa, Shiraz, Bass, they are the superstars who are going to open it up. Has the Beehive split? Are you a member of the Beehive? Let us know. We're going to get into all of the meaty entertainment news in just a moment. Stick around.
Whenever you have something really cold, and then you get this short, sharp kind of sensation, that's sensitivity. It can get worse. The problem is not going to go away by itself. I always recommend Sensodyne. It's specially designed to care for their sensitivity. And I've had people coming back to me saying it's made a difference. It works.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso here on S3. Now, I know in the morning you're thinking, sure, I want to wake up first, warm up, and then we skinner. But we skinner straight off the bat over here, all right? We don't even just wait for you. Our alarm goes skinner, 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 skinner when we wake up. So we got new song releases, we got trading tours, we got name changes, we got the world of entertainment. It's been so busy, and we've got the perfect people on the couch from local to international stories. We brought in the Avengers of Skinner. We've got pop culture enthusiast Carissa Cupido, as well as Shiraz Reddy, and our very own digital content producer, Sebastian Newman, joining us with the latest. So let's start off with a good morning. Are you ready?
I was born ready.
Yeah.
Hey.
That's why I looked at you, right? That's it. I looked directly at you because I know. Shall we start with some of our talents that have, done so well abroad? Tyler and Iris Starr releasing a new song, Girl Next Door, looking so good. Either one of you can take this, but I'm super proud. So, this is not really Skinner. This is more like level.
Same. We're just bragging a little bit. We're bragging about South African
No,
songs.
I'm here for that. I can still only remember one Tyler song, but that's just me. But I'm here for this.
Yeah.
It's giving international flair.
Absolutely.
But she's been doing the things,
Yeah.
guys. She is absolutely yo.
Yeah,
Yo,
we
I'm
first
here
saw,
for her.
yeah, we first saw Tyler in 2020 with that single that you're
Yes,
talking about.
yes.
She released Getting Late with Cool Drink as the producer, and it had so much radio play,
Yeah.
went viral on TikTok. And now it's so good to see two countries coming together. We've seen so many collaborations
Yes.
between Nigeria and South Africa, and this has just been an incredible one to add to it. They also 20, 21 years old.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and I
Aaron's
love that they're
19 years
slaying
old.
at this young age
Yeah.
and just owning their moment in the sun. They're
Absolutely.
like, I'm gonna do the thing, and also they look lekker. I love anything.
They do look like that. I wanted to say that, but I was waiting for one of our guests to say it. And Shiraz, you came through. Yo.
But also going
Yeah.
back to Tyler, she has been, I don't know who her management is, but they are working.
Yeah. They are
She
working
opened
real
for Chris
hard.
Brown's
Yes, I saw
UK
this
tour.
one. Yeah.
She performed at Dolce & Gabbana's
After party.
Fashion Week after party.
Yeah.
Sat in between Kim Kardashian and Michelle
It's
Mara.
giving Kris Jenner energy, so whoever's working behind the scenes, call us.
I'm ready.
Yes, because we also would like levels.
Yes.
All right, and also don't forget the Times Square thing. That was also massive, man.
Yes.
Look at that.
It's not
That's
often
our
that
goal
you
in
get-
Times Square.
You know what I mean? And it's not often
Come
that you
on
get
now.
an opportunity like that for a young girl
Yeah.
of color at her age.
Absolutely.
And she's African. I love that.
Yeah.
That's what makes me most proud. Yeah.
We have to be proud of that and obviously support vocals from the locals. However, let's get on to some of the internationals now. Beyonce Renaissance Tour. People are super excited, but the Beehive is split. Why is the Beehive split? I think that's the question. If people have been under a rock or under a pillow or under something, what's going on?
I think that people are a bit disappointed in the fact that there was this big contrast about the fact that she has an injury and that we won't be getting the performance, the dancing that we know Beyonce to be.
Yes.
Yet, in Cardiff, earlier this week,
Yeah.
she did it.
Yeah.
She was out there doing the things, baby boy, she did all the single girls
Okay.
moves. But at the launch show the week before, there was nothing.
Yeah.
So they're like, guys, what's going on here? Why are we getting the test run and now you guys are getting the...
And also, there's rumors that
Yeah.
she might, emphasis on might,
Yes.
bring the show to South Africa, right?
But we don't want a test run here. We
Yeah.
don't want electronic cards.
Yeah,
we don't want the
we
test
deserve
of
it.
the...
Yeah.
But it'll be in a year
No.
from now, so she's got more than enough time to
Yes.
practice a European tour, a North African tour.
Guys,
We're gonna get the
Shakira's
good
hips didn't
version.
lie. So Beyonce must lie about her suit.
Also, if she's coming here, the tickets are not going to be cheap.
Yeah.
right?
No,
So
you
you're
must
not
take
going
it
to
to
come here, you're
small
going to dance.
Or
You're
sell a
gonna
kidney.
dance.
I'd sell a kidney.
Okay,
It's
I
a lot.
understand.
But I'm here for the tour, and I will definitely be there, even if she dances or not.
Yes.
But South Africans find a way. Even if the tickets are expensive, think
No,
about it. There
A
was
side job is
certain-
we're not afraid of that.
Yeah, there was a certain hydration drink that came to us, and we
I
were willing
know,
to
we were
pay
all in our
600 bucks.
prime. We were all in our prime at
You
that point in our
understand?
lives.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to say we will find tickets to the
we'll find a
Beehive tour.
way.
Even if she limps on stage, trust me, people will
Yeah.
go with her. I think that's the power of
And people
Beyonce.
paid a small pocket to be there,
Yeah.
you know? So, yeah. We'll see.
But from Beyonce, let's go to people who just have shocked me. Now, I know that this week the Backstreet Boys were in town.
Yes.
And I mean, if the Backstreet Boys can gooi,
Yeah.
right, 48 years old, you can
Yeah.
do that without a knee popping out.
Let me tell
Martha
you.
Stewart can be on the
And
cover
they
of
had
Space
hair
Station.
for days. I'm sure there was a girl in the front being like, look at that hair, looks lekker.
Look at this. Okay, so
82 years old.
So
Let's just start
so
there.
let's start. So 82.
82 years
I mean,
old.
look, I've been reading some of the comments in that, and I think the one comment that stood out for me was like, jail's done wonders for her skin. So
Yes, no,
let's talk
definitely
about
that and
how
her blowout. I'm here for it. I mean, look at that sunglasses. Look, it's bread week.
But we
From
also,
here up, it's just giving bread week. It's
Yes.
getting lick. I'm going to bask in the sun. I'm
Yeah.
going to come out there looking like, you know, Free Willy out the water.
Free
She's giving
Willy.
everything.
Not Free
She's
Willy,
serving
sure.
us so much. You mustn't wake me up this early.
No,
because
it's the
I
wrong
have to-
comparison.
We have to go to the question is like, guys, those photos were definitely touched up.
No,
I mean, of course, of
Like,
course.
you're 82,
That's
let's just
sporting
also be...
aesthetic.
Yeah.
I did analysis
It
on the
has to
photos, right?
Okay.
The knees.
confirm.
Did
Just
you
look at the
see the
knees.
illustration of the illustrator?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
feel
think
like,
it's
yeah.
definitely still worth celebration.
Definitely.
82 years old,
She's
women.
slaying.
Yeah, women are often told that their worth lies in their youth.
Yes.
And now we have this one. I mean, last year we had Elon Musk's mother that
Yeah.
was on the cover at 72, 74.
Yeah.
And now she's made history at being 82 years old, gracing the covers. So
I love it.
Props to Miss Martha.
No, definitely. And I think that
Tropica.
we need to stop being ageist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
if you want to do something, I want to tell you now, if you want to do something and they say, look here, aren't you too old for that? You just look back at them and you go do it. Because
Live
please,
your life.
there are no timelines in life. Time is a construct.
Yeah.
Use time as a tool and get on the Sports Illustrated cover. Hello.
Okay.
Right. Our last one is that it's Friday, we're starting the weekend. Sorry, I mean, it's the
I
Abel
like that.
Tesfaye.
I know, yes.
Going back to the original name, Abel Tesfaye. Thoughts on people going back to their original names? Like Abel Tesfaye sounds like a very, very...
Yeah, I'm here for Uncle
Yeah,
Abel.
same.
It's giving.
Yeah.
He's here.
Isn't
He's
that
the
Kane's
one
brother?
that's going to bring you
Yeah.
a barakat or a Tupperware food on Sunday at the end of the weekend.
Yes.
He's got your back.
Yeah.
But that's just my 2
But
cents.
it's
I'm
also
here for
like,
it
if you look at his social media, it also looks like he's going more into like the acting side of
I
his
feel like
life
he's
and
expanding his
career.
portfolio, which is so
Yeah.
good to see. I feel like the weekend was one specific thing, and
Yeah.
now he's
Yeah.
like, no, I'm a man of all trades. I'm
You need
able.
to evolve.
Exactly,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Wow, talking about Abel, that's what you three are. Able. To skinner so early in the morning. I love it. This is fantastic. Thank you so much. If you missed out on our chat, we'll post this up on YouTube for you to also skinner along with us. And of course, another individual who's very, very able is Graham.
Thank you so much. I am a part of the able-bodied crew here. We are ready to take this to another level. Thank you so much to our amazing, amazing entertainment team. They will be back to get into more of the entertainment gristle in the new week. But right now, let's chew on something that is blowing minds wherever they go. We will rock you. It's not just a title, it is a promise. It's a commitment. A brand new recreation, a production of Queen and Ben Elton's multi-award-winning rock musical, We Will Rock You, is now scheduled to rock the Artscape Theatre Centre this 2023. Now, let's get a little taste, just check out what they've added to this incredible production. Take a look.
Buddy, you're a boy, make a big noise playing in the street. Gonna be a big man someday. You got mud on your face, you big disgrace. Kicking your can all over the place. We will rock you. Sing it, King. We will rock you.
I'm not even a part of the cast and it's giving me the buzz. Let's meet some central figures of that cast. Nicolette Fernandez, who plays the female leading role as Scaramouche, and Stuart Brown, who plays the male leading role as Galileo. They join us now. Please, can we give them an ultra feel-good We Will Rock You. Good morning, welcome to. And they're like, that's not an applause.
No, we love
We
it.
have
No, we
1,000
love it.
people applauding to us when we walk down the street, as we
Time of the
should.
morning, it's pretty good.
It is,
exactly. We
it's as
appreciate
much
it.
as we can do.
We appreciate it.
Main question, can you do the fandango? Now, I don't know how to lead with this because you guys have made so many waves, and I've got friends on the inside. I know a couple of the stars who are in this. Craig Abani, we absolutely love you, guy. This sounds spectacular. Nicolette, talk us through We Will Rock You. What is it about this production, your iteration, that is making waves? Why are you guys rocking to the degree that you are?
I mean, it is unlike anything that I've been able to see, and I think it's unlike anything that's been brought to South Africa in a very, very long time. We've had some incredible people on the creative team from overseas and from South Africa that have been able to create this wonderful, you know, nuanced, like, show that just brings everybody together. It's not a tribute show. As much as Freddie was gorgeous, none of us
He's a
look
spirit
anything-
animal in
Yeah,
this
yeah,
space.
he's our spirit, absolutely, he's our
100%.
spirit animal.
Yeah, I get that.
And essentially, we've taken a fictional story that's set in about 500 years in the future, and we've taken kind of a sci-fi twist on you know, Queen's music, and we use his music to tell a really, really lovely story.
Because it kind of does. I think so many of us fall back on that as being like our musical kind of backbone, which I absolutely love. No pressure. Some of the biggest songs in musical history. When you bring a production together, and I think Showtime Management have done a superb job, just the casting alone has been amazing. What does it take to get to this level? Take us inside the work that you guys have put into this production, because it's on another.
Yeah, well, we started, well, I didn't actually start. It started, the casting started about 3 or 4 years ago, back in 2019, as far as I know. And back then, I was still studying. So I wasn't even part of the picture. And luckily for me, COVID came along the way, and people had to be recast and all that. And I kind of slipped in at the right time, and it turned out amazingly. And we had we had about a 5-week rehearsal period, very intensive. And it was all very new for me. So it was really, really exciting. And yeah, and we've gone to Manila and to Singapore and now Joburg as well. And now we've reached almost, I think we've done 110 performances.
Yeah,
and
we hit 110
we're 110 performances ready to go.
And every performance is different.
Absolutely.
It's organic because you're different, there's a different dynamic tension. A lot of that stems from Scaramouche and Galileo and the dynamic tension they're in. So talk us through this dynamic and how does that play out as an actor, performer, in this level of musical execution? How do you create this? How do you get that right? It's just talent.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it takes also really good leadership, really good teamwork. We have an incredible team. It's not just us, us two. It's the whole cast, the ensemble, like everyone behind the scenes. We can't do what we do without them.
All the best
either.
in the business, really.
Yeah, exactly. In terms of like our characters, Scaramouche, my role is, you know, she's very rebellious, she's dry, she's sarcastic, but luckily I'm all of those things. So it kind of just...
She says quite dryly,
it comes quite naturally, and I'm very lucky to have that. And yeah, luckily we also like each other.
Yes,
so
we get along, which is great.
We get along, which works.
And Galileo is this young rebel without a cause kind of character who's got so much energy, and all he wants to do is just live out his dream and save rock and roll.
the energy, yeah.
And yeah, there's a part of me that is that. I'm a very quiet kind of guy, but give me the right energy and poof.
The right platform.
Yeah, exactly.
And poof. If you could sing another song, if you could sing one of his songs and you could sing one of hers, which would it be?
I would 100% sing We Are the Champions.
Of course.
Yeah, We Are the Champions is definitely a song that I would definitely take
And
on.
Somebody
winning
to
so far.
love for me.
Oh, you're both winning.
Do a young
It's
switch. Do a young
such
switch.
an
And
iconic song,
99.9% of the world goes, I can't sing either. So both of you can just enjoy living your ultra-talented lives, and we will watch you rock it. We Will Rock You is going to bring all the nostalgia of the old school rock to life in a very futuristic setting. Cape Town, I hope you are ready because we are giving you some tickets. Not all of you, just a few of you. You can win a set of 4 tickets to the show by simply visiting Expresso's social media pages and comment with the best lyrics of all time from the legend himself, Mr. Freddie Mercury, the GOAT. Don't forget to add the hashtag WeWillRockYouSA and hashtag Expresso Show at the end of your answer, and you can find those T's and C's that apply on our website. That's expressoshow.com. This closes Sunday, the 21st of May. I have a feeling we're going to get a lot of old school and new school entrants for this one, so get on it. You guys are amazing. Just keep being awesome, keep loving this dynamic, and keep being so amazingly South African on a global stage. It's so awesome for the world to see how good we really are. Oh, stick around, guys.
Thank you.
I have a feeling we're going to keep rocking you this morning.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, here on S3, and we figured we had one part of doing a young Skinner. Let's do it again, but focusing on one thing. Now, she was hosting every show. She was in every stage. She was taking so many of my gigs. And now she's back with a bag. We're talking about Queen Bee Bonang Mateba. And now joining us to unpack this very, very interesting contour of the South African pop culture industry are individuals who are experts. We've got Carissa Cupido, as well as Shiraz Reddy, as our digital content producer, as if we don't use him enough. Sebastian Newman is here on the couch to chat about Bonang Mateba. You know it's true. Right, so Shiraz, I want you to take lead on this adventure of Bonang, because the thing is, I messaged her a few times and there was like a gap. I got one great tick. So maybe there was the move to the US and New York, etc. But why would somebody move back? I mean, surely that'll bring about things like, oh my word, was it not working out there? Or was it homesickness?
I think your one tick, it could have been homesickness, or maybe she ran out of data.
I think
because, you know, it's not cheap there in the US, darling. It's cheapy, that's it, roaming Wi-Fi. But I think that the reason she came back is definitely to tap back into her relevance. She needed to get back into what her fans are called the B-Force, to be reminded of who she is. We all need a bit of a remind and a rejig and a rebrand, and I think that is why she came home. She's like, let me go back to my roots, you know, let me go back to the soil of Africa. And that's what she's doing, you know, she's finding herself again in a space that I think she forgot, and that her B-Force, or South Africans may have forgotten, that she can do. And I mean, she was in every stage. Guys, when she did Miss South Africa, I thought she was going to win. Girl, how many crown in Alice? You know, she walked out there with outfit changes, and now the only outfit changes we are seeing on YouTube. But I mean, who am I?
Okay, hold on. Since you get YouTube, I mean, the YouTube channel is open again.
Yes.
So when somebody reopens and taps into their relevance, now, I don't want to be too shady here, but naturally, you go to the US, the assumption is that you're making a lot of cash.
You're gonna be on Days of Our Lives.
But that's the thing, like, that's what I feel. I feel like you're gonna get cast for the next big movie. Fast and the Furious 29.
Martha's gonna invite you to our house.
Right.
Let's meet and see.
So now the YouTube channel reopens. Like, what do you think is actually going on? I'm gonna open this up to the entire team over here.
For me,
what's happening?
My take on it is, why open the YouTube channel? Now, I'm all here for digital.
Yes.
I'm all here for doing your things in digital, being out there, larger audience. But you had a reality show on TV that was
doing fairly
so
well.
Yeah.
But
So
was it
good.
really? And I think that what's exactly happening is she's realizing that she had these massive platforms, and it's really hard to maintain that when you've been away for so long. And people have kind of forgotten who you are and what it is that you can deliver to an audience.
All right.
Well, that's just my stance. But I also think that she's come back and humbled herself a bit and be like, you know what, let me tap back into what is relevant and what is also just relatable for the people of South Africa.
Okay, here's a little twisty one. All right. You come back here, perhaps because your management company had too much say over your career in the US. So you come back to South Africa, a place where you have a bit more control over your brand. I'm just saying, do you think this is the case?
and also where you know that your fans are going to back you.
I think it was definitely part of the battle.
All right.
I think, and I mean, it was quite messy. I think that a lot of hearsay and a lot of accusations were flying back and forth. And I mean, you work in entertainment and broadcasting, and you know, it can tarnish your brand. And it's not something that you want to be a part of in any way whatsoever, and especially not the Queen Bee, darling. You know? And I think that it really was an opportunity for her to come back and be like, yo, wait, I got to take a bit of a break. And just show the people that this is not the person that I am, this picture that's been painted. And that battle was tough. It was lots
And she's
of money.
also quite a smart girl. She's not she's a super girl. She's super.
You know?
She's smart. She's
Her
smart.
wings aren't glued that tight. She can
And
think.
the thing is that when she won it, she tweeted, it's gone wrong. Laugh out loud. Because she knew, I'm coming for my
And also,
money.
don't come for a brown girl's coin. Don't do that. Not for
got
her
you.
cents.
I got you, and that's why this management debacle and winning that case as well was so pivotal.
It was an important moment for her in her career, and also just like solidifying her next phase and her next step.
Okay, now, given the return, do you think that she's doing as well as we think? Do you think that Bonang is still on top of things, or is this perhaps coming back to restart?
I think she's coming back for a bit of a rejig.
Okay.
I wouldn't say a restart, though.
No, not a restart.
A bit of a reinvention.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in a new realm of things.
Definitely.
I mean, she's going to be a part of a cast where she is not the main character, definitely a supporting character, which is not often the role that she plays. But I think that she will do well. I mean, just from the promos online, I'm just like, look at that girl.
And it's got everyone excited. In season 1, people were like, where's Bonang?
Where is
She should
Bonang?
be
Yeah,
here."
I got you.
And so now let's see.
I also think, like, as a broadcaster, like you were saying, she has been the blueprint for so many of us. And I don't see her move to the US, back to SA, as any sort of failure. I think it's just part of the journey. And it's so nice to see that, okay, maybe she didn't do that well, but it's fine because I know that Bonang's going to come back with more force. I'm not part of the B Force, but maybe adjacent to it. I just think she's such an incredible talent, and this is not the end for her.
She's definitely super talented, and that's why she's able to bounce back.
Yeah,
You know? Unlike Humpty Dumpty, but I mean, that's another story for another day. Monday, maybe.
You three are wonderful. Honestly, you are. In fact, Bonang, you are most welcome to come in and
With
sit on
some
the couch
B&P.
with us and have a conversation. And also maybe respond to my WhatsApp. It's entirely up to you. But thanks a lot to this panel of incredible individuals. We enjoyed our little skinner this morning in the Feel Good Breakfast Show, but now I'm hungry.
Let's sort you out, my friend. Today is our last day for the 500 Rand Budget Food Challenge, where we've managed to make 5 meals for a family of 4 this week, all within the 500 Rand budget. In fact, we capped it at 495 Rand, which we were really impressed with. So we've got the best recipe for last, a steak and chip sandwich. This is perfect Friday night comfort takeaway meal. In fact, Friday morning. So I'm going to invite my man to join us for a little Friday breakfast, because this is how you do it on a Friday.
Yo, you know,
Have you got any
talking
tea
about
left?
other
You spilled
people
all
on
of
the
tea.
couch, I'm
I
so
know.
hungry. Yeah.
But that was lovely. What a
Right.
team. What a panel. So, buddy, we've arrived at the moment. I think I've been dreaming about this steak sandwich for the whole week. We're doing it slightly differently.
Okay, how are we gonna do it?
So this might push the boat out for both you and I, because we have a way that we like to cook our meat. We're going to do it really quick. We want really soft and tender. We're going to slice it up into really thin slices.
Right.
And it's all about the flavor. So we're going to inject some beautiful curry flavors. We've got some chips going down as well. We're going to put it together in a sandwich, and it's going to be the best meal we've had all week.
Okay, done and dusted. Let's go. So what do you need me to do? Because
Okay, so you're going to start with our potatoes. I think cut them into chips to get ahead of the curve there.
What type of chips are you looking for?
It's up to you, buddy.
Do you want to go French, or do you want to go like nice and rustic and big?
One has to go French, surely, on
That's
Friday
right. Do you want to
morning,
go a bit French?
Come on.
Let me show you how to
I
make
would
a French
say
fry with a knife.
Let's think about that going in the sandwich. So I suppose chip butty type vibes, you want them a little bit smaller. I want a bit of crunch there, hey?
I
want that texture. I think that's great. So we've got our first sauce going here, and what I'm going to do, just to save time, I'm going to put our thinly sliced sirloin, which we got on a daily difference deal, which is absolutely amazing, into the sauce that's ready made, just to cook for a minute.
Okay.
Literally just to let the meat cook.
Fantastic.
But not toughen up, because there's nothing worse than a tough, stringy piece of meat in a steak sandwich.
Very true.
So we're going to let these literally just cook through, and I'm going to make a start on the sauce here to show you how we got there. And again, we've been using staples, things that we probably have in our cabinets, and just following the deals that are there every day. So we bought 2 proteins. We bought the chicken, which we froze half, and we used half at the beginning of the week.
Oh, I love
froze our
that,
2 sirloins. So now we get to enjoy the just rewards at the end of the week. So we've got some onions that are going to go in here. And this is, again, you know your flavor profile. We've got some curry powder.
I like the curry. See, the curry for me is just that's home, you know. So I think that's very, very needed, especially in something as comforting as this particular dish.
And Zoe and I were talking about it yesterday in terms of like ramping up flavor. If you're dealing with veggies, so just like a vegetable stew, for instance, go the curry route, take it to another level. Got a steak sandwich, want to take it to another level? Curry it up. It adds a whole different flavor profile and flavor development. That's looking beautiful. And then we're going to add a little bit of vinegar and a little bit of sugar. If you don't have these, Nicole, our foodie queen, was telling us that you can substitute with a little bit of chutney, something that has that kind of balance of the acid, the sugar, the sweet. And then we're going to add a little bit of water to reduce down. And then that will reduce down.
That's
great. Add a bit more sauce here. But our meat is already starting to look fantastic.
Okay, so the
we
chips
just wanted to kind of turn grey.
The chips are good?
Yes. Yes, my friend. Oh, that's looking beautiful. Chips are looking amazing. Some salt.
Thank you.
Some oil. And
then we're good to go.
Beautifully.
This is smelling good, man. It's smelling like home. It's the best.
That is cooking down beautifully. I'm just so terrified we're going to overcook the steak, so keeping an eye there. This sauce is reducing down beautifully.
Trust it.
I think what we could do is add a little bit of the flour just to add a bit more sauciness, and in fact, I'm going to do it here as well.
Okay, so now we're talking, because you're going to thicken that up beautifully. You want it to be pliable. You know, if you are going to be enjoying it together with some chips, I want the chips to soak up some of the sauces, man. You know, that's the
whole point of having this beautiful balance of...
The steak is looking so good, just sitting on its ace.
I know.
What are we going to do with this baby?
You kind of know the kind of person you are by how you react when you see a steak like this. So what I'm going to do with this guy is just slice it up nice and thin.
Okay.
And we want ultra, ultra thin edges. Why? So it can cook super, super quickly. There we go.
And that is great. I know some people think, oh, sacrilege to cut a perfectly good steak.
See, this is what I was talking about.
But I'm not offended, because I know where this is going. And also consider, we are looking to volume. You know, you want to feed an entire bunch of people on a budget. And I think what's important is everybody's going to get a bite of the steak. Everybody's going to get a little piece of it. You know, when you've got a big steak, you know, cut into a couple of slices.
Only Carl gets it. Only Carl gets it.
That's exactly. So, and also when you cut the steak, you're also cutting through, and you're getting a bit of the marbling as well. So you're actually just opening up flavor.
There is fat there, and I think it's about respecting the meat.
Yeah.
So however you cook it, understand that the meat needs quick. You obviously want to render the fats in whatever way, so you expose that marbling for sure.
Yes, I do.
But as long as you're operating on that principle of treating the meat with respect, it doesn't matter how you end up cooking it. Remember, we roast beef, we do beef on absolutely every kind of level.
Super accurate.
Okay, that I'm going to take off. Thank you for...
Wow. Already
that's going to be
smelling
perfect.
so good. And sometimes I wish that smells would travel through a TV screen. It would be so good.
People are imagining the smell right now. Their olfactory senses, I have no doubt. Okay, that looks absolutely beautiful. I'm going to turn that down. And you can see that's starting to reduce almost into like a savory jam level sauce, which is absolutely phenomenal. And then we're going to add, I'm just going to put that in now for the sake of. We're going to add our beautiful steak to that guy. Those can go into the air fryer, my friend.
All right.
And then we are almost ready to start compiling this guy. I'm going to just add a bit more sauce here.
Oh, that is great.
Oh, we've got a production line going there.
I can see you got like a couple of levels of this cook as well coming through, which is great. And I know we're going to put all of the ingredients on expressoshow.com naturally, but it's very exciting to look at the value of money and also make it, you know, take it so much further for your family. I want this to be a constant narrative, you know.
A staple, and you don't have to skimp on the quality or the nutrition. That is the most important thing. So I'm going to ask you to grab a couple of slices of bread, get those ready so we can start compiling our sandwich here. But here is the vibe. If you want to follow in our footsteps, today is your last chance of winning one of 5 Woolworths vouchers valued at 500 Rand. Simply head over to the Expresso competition post on our Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram page and answer the question. If you only had 500 Rand yourself to make 5 meals for a family of 4, what would you make? And include that hashtag 500 Rand challenge in your answer. The competition closes today. That's the 19th of May. So get on it. You can find all the terms and conditions that do apply. Okay, my friend, we need some chips.
When you say some chips, do you mind if I just go in here? Because I'm not going to mess around.
Don't play. Don't play, my friend.
This goes. Okay.
Then
now you go in.
Spoon out a little bit of our steak. Let's use a bit of this guy.
And just go for it.
We will. I don't know. An egg seems to be saying, "Hey,
yes."
Hey, I don't know why an egg would want to join this. Oh, that looks amazing, dude. And now, let's pop our other slice on. And then, my friend, do you want toasted or would you like?
This should be toasted for me.
Okay.
I would probably do toasted, but I'd probably add some cheese as well. But you know, do you want a budget?
and possibly that egg. Let me turn the stove on first. And then we are winning at life.
This is fantastic. You should try this.
There we go.
So grab the ingredients at expressoshow.com. If you make this and you make it even better than we have today,
good luck.
I suggest...
Good luck.
No, well, I mean, I think you'll do very well. Can you post it and send it to us? 063-408-8863. Give this a shot. We're going to finish this off and feed the team. Stay right there.
Feed the masses. Beautiful.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Let's inspire you just a little bit as we head into the weekend. Team Strove were crowned the 2023 Sani to Sea non-stop champions, having navigated the 250 kilometers between Underberg and Scottsboro in a time of 12 hours, 12 minutes and 29 seconds. Incredible. The route covers most of the 3-day Sani to Sea route, and participants have 24 hours to complete this course, stopping for photos at checkpoints where, of course, they meet up with their support driver. It takes a team to get them across the line, and part of the winning team was Daryl Irvine, while Robbie De Florier was the second team of 5 to cross the finishing line. You have made it. You have survived the Odyssey. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Congratulations and well done. Daryl, having placed second last year, this must feel like a validation. I know the margins are small as much as the distances are massive. Yeah. How are you feeling, first of all?
Feeling surprisingly good, better than I thought I would be. Yeah, a bit of, I suppose, retribution from last year. To lose it right on the beach in almost a sprint finish. So this year was a little bit of a sweet revenge.
What worked this year? How were you guys able to do it?
We didn't get lost.
Just leave it there. Yeah. There are so many challenges. It's almost like one of those things, you know what you need to prepare for, but the thing that could make or break you is the one thing that you didn't prepare for, or that you couldn't have seen coming around that corner. How do you prepare for a race like this, knowing that so much is going to happen in the moment?
Look, I think you've got to be dialed in mentally.
Yeah.
I mean, us South Africans, you know, we love these endurance events, and yeah, we have so many events on our calendar, and I think you've just got to take it kilometre by kilometre, bite-sized chunks, and you're doing it with special mates, you know. It's an adventure. I just want to point out we were a lot less competitive than Daryl. He's probably on his way back home when we finished. We
Doing lap number 2, yeah.
We got our money's worth, and our nutrition plan could have been slightly different. We stopped for a double Captain and Coke, second to last stop.
It's all part of the same ecosystem. It's okay, you know.
But yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah.
What is this race? How do you approach it from that perspective? Is it a sprint in those critical moments? Is it just about the endurance? Is it a mental game? Is it the camaraderie? What makes this experience so magical? Why do you guys keep coming back for this kind of punishment?
For me, I think so Sani non-stop specifically is it's super different to the 3-day stage race, right? Where it's more of an endurance thing. The 3 days will be like a bit of a sprint, but riding at night, doing the single track in the morning with your light, with just your mates, like the Umko drop, there was 4 of us going down there, no one around us, sun was rising. You don't get to do things like that. Yeah, absolutely stunning. But it's a combination of everything you said. The endurance, the mental thing, the camaraderie. I mean, we're climbing out of the Umko. You've got a 10, 15-kilometer climb. You've got your support team playing music. You're kind of joking because it's probably the hardest part of the route after 130 Ks. And yeah, making jokes with friends. And
you're going to have to survive in that space. You also need some pretty awesome equipment. Yeah, and it's so funny. We've got a lot of riders in the studio and everyone's just like, oh, my word. What does it take technically to be able to complete one of these things? In terms of someone entering into this space, talk us through the equipment that you guys use.
Yeah, so you don't need a bike like this. This is a bit overkill, I think, but a normal, I would say, mid-level bicycle will get you through with a good group set. Your most important thing will be the group set. You want it to be reliable. Technically, there is some technical aspects to the route, so a bike with suspension front and back like this will be ideal. I know there were some guys that did it on a gravel bike, but they also finished quite far back. And they were, I imagine, super tired and the body really
They felt it this morning.
But yeah, so a dropper post for Sani will be very good as well. For the technical sections, especially going in the Umko, just make it that much easier.
He's saying overkill, like 99% of the weekend warriors are like, I want that.
Well, yeah, I'm going to disagree here. I do need a bike like this or like that, because I'm obviously lacking in the skills department. You know, it's light, it's got great suspension. I mean, this has got a brain, you know, the suspension system these days sort of adjusts itself. you must realize, you know, we're sucking in oxygen. There's not much going to the brain, so we need these fancy equipment to sort of, it almost, you know, really helps us. And I mean, there's been so much advancement in technology, and it's just incredible.
Yeah. And I love the fact that this is becoming an eco-tourism angle. There are so many elements tying into this kind of community. The why of it, and maybe Robbie, I can put this to you. How much or how important is the motivation when doing these events, seeing as so much of this happens in the mind and within that chemistry of the team? How important is the why?
The why is extremely important. I think, you know, us as South Africans, we a tenacious bunch, you know, and we love these ultra-endurance events. We have Comrades, we have Epic, we have UTCT, Freedom Challenge, and we just love getting together in this beautiful country of ours. And I think Sani to see pioneered the way to mountain biking. And it's about the setting and the route and giving back to the community and the community supporting us along the way. And it's just something, it's just getting the best of our country and our people, and we just absolutely enjoy it. And we've got such a beautiful country, and it's just, yeah, making the most of it. The physical side is one aspect, but just enjoying the vibe, the yes, you know, that's good. You know, it's amazing, and I look forward to it every year. And yeah, it's special, and yeah, we thoroughly enjoyed it.
I mean,
every minute of it, every hour of it, sorry.
Where else do we get to sit alongside athletes like this on our seat in this kind of environment? It's amazing to see how much this matters now more than ever before. Just looking into your eyes, I can see the magical moments coming back to you. If you took part, if you're one of these warriors out there doing this, and I think it's not just for yourself, but for this incredible community, share your experience with us. And we'd love to hear from you. Gentlemen, congratulations. Thank you for staying safe, and well done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, let's cycle on to something quite important. Whether it's work or home responsibility, it may feel like you have too much on your plate if you never get to step away from it all. And that's why it's important to learn how to take some time out for yourself. But what does it mean to actually really take a break? Luckily, Zoe Brown was on hand to show us how with her Farmer Brown nourishing moment. Take a look at this.
There is nothing better than finishing off the live show and being presented with a hot, delicious and nutritious meal. As much as I love what I do, there are days where I need an extra pick-me-up and some me time. The beautiful thing is that self-care comes in various forms, whether you do a hot yoga class, take a nap, have a delicious meal, or simply go for a walk in the park. Today, I have been spoiled with a delicious and nutritious Farmer Brown Nourish meal, so I can't wait to dig in and get going. Doing a live show for 3 hours really takes a lot out of you, and putting that nutrition and energy back into your body is so important. And having that little bit of me time was just what I needed to not only de-stress from this morning, but to refocus and focus for the rest of the day. I know life is busy, but it is crucial that you take some time out for yourself to relax. And it doesn't have to be a full spa day or anything lavish or expensive. It can simply be just taking a moment to enjoy the smaller things in life and take a break from the hustle and bustle of everyday life. It is so important to make time for yourself to not only relax and detach, but I'm naturally, believe it or not, an introvert. So having that me time, having that alone time is so essential for me to be who I need to be. And having that alone time really just keeps me focused, keeps me grounded, and I re-energize myself by spending some time alone. It's really wonderful to see people putting the focus on their own health. And for me, it is so important to focus on healthy eating, healthy living, and overall improving your lifestyle. My Farmer Brown Nourish meal was so delicious. I mean, being presented with that hot, crispy chicken fillet served on a bed of mashed potatoes, Oh, and that little balsamic reduction really was the perfect touch to the meal. What sets Farmer Brown apart from the rest is that stamp of approval from the Heart and Stroke Foundation. With Farmer Brown, you know you're getting a nutritious and a delicious meal. It is convenient. You can keep it in your freezer and just pop it straight into the air fryer or the oven, and you are ready to go with a yummy meal. In order to live a healthy life, you need to maintain your stress. So taking time out, having a healthy meal in a beautiful setting can go a long way.
Farmer Brown's Nourish Crumb Chicken Breast, proudly made with the healthiest ingredients to fuel your body with wholesome goodness. They taste so good because they eat so good.
Wow. Zoe Brown, Farmer Brown. It just makes sense. So stand the chance to win 3,000 Rand in cash with Farmer Brown. Simply reply to the competition post on the Expresso social pages and tell us, what does a naturally nourishing plate of food look like to you? Don't forget to add the hashtag Farmer Brown. The competition does close on Monday. That's the 22nd of May at midnight. T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com.
Join the bank that's best for your loan. Choose up to 200 Rand cashback monthly with a personal loan. Apply for a personal loan and a savvy account today. Nedbank, see money differently.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso here on S3. Now, coming up on the show today, you're going to love the fact that we have a little Samsung Galaxy series to take for a spin, keyword spin, as well as the Fast and the Furious, the brand new movie. We're going to be covering that with JP Sebastian a little later. But before we get there, we've got Graham doing formalities for you. And trust me, load shedding, as well as a Bible that sold for millions. Here are all the details.
Thank you so much, Carl. Let's start with our national news. The acting CEO of Eskom, Khalib Kasim, says that Eskom understands the negative impact that load shedding has on the economy and on South Africans' lives, but it's essential to prevent a nationwide power outage. Kasim warned that stage 8 load shedding could be applied during peak hours in the coming winter months. Meanwhile, Deputy President Paul Mashatile says the government is calling on the private sector to invest money in power generation to strengthen the power grid. He says the country needs independent power producers. Then the Department of Transport yesterday confirmed that it had approved the application to grant car power ship access to South Africa. So the access will be for a period of 20 years. Earlier, Minister of Electricity, Minister Ramaphosa, emphasized that power ships would inevitably form part of the country's emergency energy procurement plan. Ramaphosa added at his address of the closing session of the Enlit Africa Energy Conference in the Cape Town International Convention Centre. Ramaphosa said it was now vital that as much additional energy as possible be brought online to ease the load-shedding burden. Now, casting a wider gaze on the international news front, this is an incredible story. The oldest, most complete Hebrew Bible has been bought at Sotheby's, New York, for a whopping $38.1 million, becoming the most valuable manuscript sold on auction. So the Codex Sassoon, as it is known, is thought to have been written some 1,100 years ago, and it's the earliest surviving example of a single manuscript containing all 24 books of the Hebrew Bible with punctuation, vowels, and accents. And U.S. lawyer and former ambassador Alfred Moses bought it for the ANU Museum of the Jewish People in Tel Aviv in Israel. And we quote here, "The Hebrew Bible constitutes the bedrock of Western civilization," Moses said. Excuse me. Now, we move on to another international story with an African connection. The International Monetary Fund has approved a $3 billion bailout for Ghana. It'll be made available in the country over a period of 3 years. Ghana is currently suffering from its worst economic crisis in history, due mainly to high inflation, then a large debt burden, and the weakening of the local currency against the US dollar. The first $600 million of that loan is expected to be made available to Ghana soon. Now, on to a story to wrap us up with a feel-good vibe. A zoo in the UK has welcomed a pair of very rare piglets, the result of a breeding program. So the two Visayan warty pigs, unbelievably cute, were born at the Newquay Zoo in Cornwall last week. The Visayan warty pig is a small forest-dwelling animal, really small indeed. They're named after the islands where they live in central Philippines, and because of the 3 pairs of warts on the face of male pigs, which help protect their face when fighting, believe it or not. Now, keeper Dave Rich said after the breeding success with 2 warty piglets last year, they were particularly pleased to welcome the new arrivals and to continue helping increase the Visayan warty pig population. We are here for that. The conservationists believe that less than 200 Visayan warty pigs remain in the wild in the Philippines, so you can understand why this is momentous, making them one of the rarest of wild pigs. And we quote, "Our warty pigs have stacks of character, and the new arrivals are no exception." And he added, visitors are already flocking to watch their lively antics and playfulness. Congratulations to that incredible effort on the other side of the world. Well, speaking of incredible efforts, it's reached that time of the season in footy. Let's get the latest from Carl.
It is indeed crunch time and a good reward for all these players and coaches that have worked so hard this season. The PSL has announced the nominees for the 2022-2023 PSL Awards, the prestigious Footballer of the Season Award, which is voted for by the 16 Premier Division head coaches, will be contested by Tebogo Mokoena, Monapule Saleng, as well as Ronwen Williams. Saleng and Williams have also been nominated in the Players Player of the Season category, together with Mamelodi Sundowns captain Themba Zwane. SuperSport United's Gavin Hunt will be up against Rulani Mokoena and Jose Rivero for Coach of the Season honours. Now, staying with football, but let's go to Europe. Jose Mourinho's Roma reached the Europa League final by holding Bayer Leverkusen to a goalless draw in the second leg of their semi-final tie. Eduardo Bove's goal gave the Italian side a 1-0 win in the first leg, and that was enough to take them through. Mourinho has won all 5 of his previous 5 European finals, including last season's Europa Conference League with Roma. 6-time winners Sevilla are through to a 7th Europa League final after their extra-time win over Juventus in a pulsating semi-final second leg. The decisive goal came 5 minutes into extra time when Brian Hill crossed for Eric Lamela to head home. Let's go over to the cricket code. Virat Kohli hit a spellbinding 100 of just 62 balls to keep alive Royal Challengers Bangalore's hopes of reaching the IPL's knockout stages. Now, Kohli's 6th IPL ton, a record equalled only by the great Chris Gayle, ensured RCB chased down 187 against already eliminated Sunrisers Hyderabad. He put on 172 for the first wicket alongside Faf du Plessis, who made 71. SA's Heinrich Klaassen top scored for Hyderabad with 104. RCB faced leaders Gujarat in their final group stage match. That'll be on Sunday. And bad news in the tennis world. We're going to miss this guy in this tournament. Rafael Nadal will miss the French Open for the first time in, hear this, 19 years after a hip injury ruled out the record 14-time men's singles champion and king of clay. The 36-year-old Spaniard, who has won 22 major titles, also said he plans to retire after the 2024 season. Nadal holds the joint record number of men's major triumphs alongside Serbia's Novak Djokovic. He has won 70 other ATP titles and spent 209 weeks at world number 1, the 6th longest amount of time in ATP history. He'll be missed at the French Open. But that's it for sport for now. Let's get into some traffic as well as weather. Graham has got the latest.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wasty. Let's get you to work safely, and let's start in the mother city with our traffic report. There is a stationary vehicle on the N2 inbound. That's at the M3 interchange. All lanes are open, but please do approach with caution. Slow-moving traffic there. Then moving to KZN, Pietermaritzburg. In fact, there are roadworks on the N3 bi-directional. That's from Peter Brown Drive to Hilton Road. Please approach really carefully if you're passing through. But that's it for this morning so far. Get to work safely. Let's see what the weather has in store. Well, as we track global weather, it's intense at the moment, and that is echoed in our next story. Some 460,000 people in central Somalia have had to flee their homes after a river flooded the town of Beledweyne. 22 deaths were recorded in this instance. The Shabelle River burst its banks, meaning 99% of those living in the town and surrounding areas are now homeless. Now, Hirshabelle State Interior Minister Ibdarrahman Dahir Gure said that the UN has warned that the floodwaters could also hit the town of Bulo Berde, some 110 kilometers away. Climate change is believed to have played a major role in this instance. Somali government officials said that heavy downpours in their country and upstream in the Ethiopian highlands had triggered flash floods that washed away homes, crops and livestock on an unprecedented scale. Somalia's just started to recover from the worst drought in several decades after almost 5 successive rainy seasons had failed, thus triggering a near catastrophic humanitarian situation. The UN says it will take much more sustained rainfall to activate or to alleviate the impact of that recent drought, just hopefully not at this level of intensity. Well, let's temper our weather news with some of your beautiful weather views this morning. Thank you so much to all of our contributors. Shanice in GQ snapping this incredible view. Look at that ombre effect through the clouds. Oranges, streaks streaming through the sky. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Aisha in Kalk Bay, just around the corner and up and about, getting ready for work. That's the inspiration she needs, and us as well. Thanks for sharing that view. Then Stallone in Umkamaz took her dogs out for a walk to the beach, enjoying their daily outing. Please say good morning to Mrs. Moodley. And then we've got Zit from Rondebosch standing outside. Oh, wow, on the common. Love this. Magnificent photos with clouds rolling in the front of the mountains, luscious green grass. That is how you get your eyes to wake up in the morning. Absolutely beautiful. Keep sharing those beautiful views with us. 063-408-8863. All right, let's get into your temperatures on the foot of the weekend. Starting up north in Polokwane, 9 your low, going up to 25%. And Mbombela, 12 and 24. Slight chance of rain there as well. Pretoria, 6 your low, going up to 22. Moving to Johannesburg, George, you kick off on 3, going up to a max of just 20 today. Relatively moderate in Mahikeng as well, 2 and 21 your range. Similarly, Klerksdorp rocking 2 and 20. Kimberley, your low 1, going up to only 16 today as the chilly weather starts to hit. Certainly the case in Bloem, -1 is where you start your day. 17 is where you only thaw out. And then Richards Bay, you've got a 96% chance of rain expected. 11 is the low, going up to a high of 18. Pietermaritzburg ranging between 5 and 13. That weather tempered by the storms, 100% chance of rain. Durban, expect the humidity. Lower temperatures than normal, though. 13 your low, going up to 17 with a almost 100% chance of rainfall. Mthatha ranging between 4 and 16. East London, 9 and 18. Moving to Cradock, your low 1, going up to a high of 16. Gqeberha, 9 your low, going up to 19. George ranging between 8 and 17. And Cape Town ranging between 11 and 17 this morning. Moving a little further inland, the temperatures start to drop. Worcester, 6 your low, going up to 19. Sutherland, -1 is where you start your day, topping out at only 13, sorry. Then Uppington, 0. The first 0 we've reported on in Uppington, but I have a feeling that's only going to get lower. You max out on 20. But as we always say, regardless of the weather, make sure it's a beautiful day.
What a legend, honestly. Even his shirt says so. Now, here's the thing. Fast and the Furious. 10 movies, and we're about to get to the 10th. And I'm not sure what you got, which includes a lot, I'm sure, but I've got family. JP Sebastian is here to uncover what Fast and Furious is all about in the next couple of minutes. It is going to be phenomenal, I guarantee you that, as I mentioned. I got family.
Family. Grumble it more. Lower. Family. I'm saying he's the shape of it.
Yes, I
want Vin Diesel as live-action Homer Simpson.
Dope!
That sounds cool. Because he's like really smooth. He is good. Probably Riddick.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
That's right, you got family in your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, and here he is, JP Sebastian, Fast and the Furious, now in its 10th edition. This is just a little teaser that we have for this particular movie. Otherwise, first impressions. I want to start there.
First impressions, much more on the Fast. In fact, a great deal more Furious to the power of X. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm ready to try
to the power of X, that's good though. I mean, that's good.
Find X. The way you do that is today, buying tickets. So let's let the movie speak for itself. And what I want to do for you in this segment is I just want to give you a summary of where we find ourselves, etc., etc. But mostly I'm interested in just the background to this. And obviously that big F word is the one that you used a lot now, family. And this is the featurette that we're showing you right here for Fast X, is the whole family telling you what it felt like making this movie.
It's been 22 years since we started the saga. How did we get so lucky to come so far?
This family is ready to come back together.
It's a dream come true. I mean, it's definitely bucket list for sure.
Boom! We're at the apex of this franchise. Fast.
The heart and soul of the Fast and Furious franchise, boots on the ground, on location. The more movies we make, the bigger they get.
We continue to outdo ourselves.
Because we owe it to our fans.
The enormity of everything hits you like a right hand to the jaw.
You still know how to drive? Every time I'm on set, I have to pinch myself.
I am now a Toretto.
You are now a Toretto.
I just have been badgering them to participate in this. It's such an honor to be part of this family.
That's the problem with having such a big family. How do you choose the ones you save?
We're so lucky to be able to continue this saga for all of you.
Man, and look at that, bigger stunts, more shifting one's reality as to what's possible. I love that.
Shifting one's reality. We need like a physics professor from UCT to just come here and weep because this movie dislikes physics, which is great.
Yes.
Like I always say, dude, if I'm spending the kind of money I am on your action movie, it better be preposterous with a capital P.
Yeah, use the cinema's audio opportunities as well.
Every centimeter of the screen to do the goofiest things you can. especially when you've got competitors like, John Wick or Mission Impossible. You've got to go big. And the family's bigger. There's Rita Moreno for a start. One of the other additions to this family is the director Louis Leterrier.
Okay.
And it's strange that he wasn't sort of included earlier because people will probably know that name from The Transporter 1 and 2. The movie where Jason Statham was asked to oil himself and then slide around on his body.
That was a very cool scene.
It was very strange. Awakened new sensations in me as a man. I want to be oiled and slide around the studio. So, the director who previously wasn't doing car movies with these guys had worked with Jason Statham before.
Yeah.
Now we find this family unit at a point where Vin Diesel's son is at an age where he's already teaching the little 6-year-old to burn donuts.
Okay.
And so this is a new possibility for a threat from this character, Dante, played by Jason Momoa, who is himself the son of a guy who previously you just saw there getting offed by Vin Diesel, Dominic Toretto, in the movie where they drag that safe. Was that number 7? Yes, I think it was.
Yes.
I think that chase scene was so ridiculous and over the top. They were like, we have to revisit that. Like, there's a chance he might not even be the son. I think he's just an aggrieved scientist who's like, how do you do that with a safe? Not possible. So ridiculous stunts, obviously, in this too. It has to go bigger, it has to go larger, and there were whole scenes where I'm falling on the floor and going, nah, that's not possible. But you did it. Congratulations. But I'm going to get into the evaluation a bit later.
Please.
So what you got to know is that what's very sweet is that the whole team's here, obviously Ludacris, Tyrese, and they get split off geographically into different places. Reasons might be legitimate, might be that they're being framed. I don't want to give away too much.
Okay.
And a new frenemy, because like we were discussing while we were showing that clip, what's weird is that, I mean, what is it you noticed?
No, I noticed that in the Fast and Furious movies, every time there's a villain, they collect family.
Yes.
So once they defeat the villain, they're like, hey, you want to join our squad?
And I compared it for you to that video game, Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, where you beat the pain into a dinosaur so bad that it turns green and turns into your ally.
Yeah.
Weird description, but you get the idea. So, in fact, Jacob Toretto, long-lost brother, who was enemy to Dominic Toretto, is called back in this. And so there are a lot of, not cameos.
Statham was a villain too.
Statham was a villain. He has a cameo where he's like, right, now I'm your blood, let's go fight. And so different cities, goes from Rome to Rio de Janeiro, finds itself in Antarctica. Letty might fall into a bit of trouble where she meets another possible frenemy. But main thing here is that now the stakes are higher because he's got a son, they've got a son, Michelle Rodriguez included. The Helen Mirren returns. She was a frenemy as well.
Yes.
And main thing is that you've got Dante, this character played by Jason Momoa, who I'm going to describe a bit later. A very sassy man. But the movie speaks for itself. And like I said, I want most of us to see the behind-the-scenes stuff. I miss, tactile stuff, using actual stunts, using actual pneumatics, using actual movement of cars, destroying stuff, blowing stuff up. And that's just what you get in a movie like this. They have to stand up to the bar that things like Mission Impossible set. So let's look at some of the explosive behind-the-scenes stuff. Fast X.
We are locked off, just clearing on the northbound, on the south clear.
So we've been on a lockdown highway, a big highway, 2 lanes on each side.
When you're ready. In position. Pumps on clear.
All right, guys, tuck in, please. And these 2 helicopters come in on either side, and they skewer into the side of Dom's car and try and pick him up.
Here we go, and 3, 2, 1.
And Dom keeps fighting them like crazy, and as he gets the back end to hit one last time, he hits the NOS. And he jumps from one freeway
3, 2, 1, go!
over to the other freeway and lands on the other side. Helicopters land in a big burning hole behind him. So that's it.
I'm pretty enthused by that because I got to see with the live action, the play, the movement, the way the things are directed.
They made a
that's
gun
so cool.
that fires a car from a highway to a highway.
That's so cool.
And with all the CG that we're inundated with, sometimes once in a while, it's like, please, dude, just endanger a whole dealership once in a while, man. You feel the movie differently when you know that there isn't computers involved in the making of these stunts.
But do this purpose, though. Don't do a Michael Bay and just have a helicopter for a day and just do something with it.
Oh, geez. Ambulance. Anyway, another story.
Yeah.
But Fast X, let's get into the evaluation and the scoring and the meat and potatoes and the nuts and bolts and the gears and all that stuff in the next segment.
Absolutely. So look forward to that. Fast and the Furious. We've got the latest installment. JP Sebastian's going to give you a proper unpacking of what it is to be family in the next couple of minutes. But let's get you, our family, something special too.
I am special. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. So after 22 20 fast years. That's incredible. 2 furious decades. That famous family of daredevil drivers have now come full burned donut to the installment 10 of the cultural film phenomenon in the form of this Friday's release of Fast X. Now, Dominic Toretto, Let Your Tease, Roman Pierce, Tej Parker, Mia Toretto, Jacob Toretto, and the extended Fast and the Furious family. The frenemies, the friends, they all return, wheels screeching to the big screen today, and I know you have been waiting. Now, if you want to take it a step further, get some of the film's incredible merchandise sent straight to you. We have got a wonderful opportunity. You can win a Fast X hamper packed with a hoodie, which is amazing, wireless headphones, which are amazing, a backpack, and a whole lot more, valued at 2,000 Rand. Look at that. All you need to do is find the Fast X competition post on Expresso social media and tell us who is your favorite Fast and Furious family member and why. And be sure to include that hashtag FastX, which is Fast10. The competition closes next Monday, but you can find all those terms and conditions on expressoshow.com, or you can DM a member of the family. Just ask. Carl will answer.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. We missed you. It's your feel-good breakfast show with your family. JP Sebastian talking to you about Fast and the Furious, the 10th installment, 20 years of Fast and Furious, and I'm sure you watched that first one.
You
the
were in
beautiful
a trick.
stories. I know.
You weren't allowed to drive when this
Do you know how many people in my life wanted a Supra, like after that first movie? It is crazy. But we have to do a proper review and get into it. We set the scene. It's now a chance to actually get into the nitty-gritty. So, JP Sebastian, Fast X.
JP Sebastian first wants to show you a clip then from, like I said, we can boast about all these stunts, and like I said, what's so nice is that they're tactile.
Yeah.
It's not all trapped inside a computer and whatever, and one of the most exciting chases for me was between Letty, which is Michelle Rodriguez, and Jason Momoa, playing this Dante character, this new nefarious evil guy, who I'll describe a bit later, in a motorcycle chase scene, surprisingly enough, in the car movie.
Nice.
Just be warned, it's clipped up here and there and whatever, the way it was delivered to us, because the scene goes on a lot longer in the final movie, don't worry. But here it is, a little look at Fast X.
Moving to this.
Get out of there! It's gonna blow!
trouble.
It's getting tricky, guys. I can't stay on him for much longer.
Okay, but you...
Can you yell director
That's
as
why
well?
I got love for these movies, because you get a glimpse of it, like one of those. That was really cool, though.
I'm sitting there with my pen and paper like a nerd in the cinema, and then eventually I'm going, yo!
Yo!
No, that was a cool move.
That was so cool.
One of my favorite chases. Yeah, for sure.
Like I'm freaking out of it now. Now I'm into it. Like now I want to see this.
Yeah, out today, just by the way, just so you know. And one of the things that you pointed out is, even if you're not a car guy, a car girl, they had to sort of make a move eventually. It's really a tightrope. Like, do you stick to people being like, no, we want to see the street races, and you do get some of that here. You're not totally necessarily cheated out of that. But then dudes like us who are probably just Dune nerds, and like Vin Diesel, who in real life is an actual nerd. He's big into Dungeons and Dragons, actually. Yeah, which is a movie that's...
And Michelle Rodriguez got the nod for that.
Whoa, we're seeing a bit of a strange fetish. It doesn't matter if you know cars or not. If you know the previous stories or not, it's not going to leave you lost. You're not going to be driving in a cul-de-sac or whatever. It is, at least as a positive to me, more cogent than stuff like... I struggle. I actually have to like go for, I don't know, psychiatric analysis or whatever when I watch Transformers. That stuff is so broken and so disjointed. When you split up the team especially, Michael Bay's got this problem of, oh, quick, look at this. Don't look at this while I bring up this. Oh, please, look at this next. There's like almost a weird, like...
The last night, that's what happened in Transformers.
A bit of an issue for me. This, however, manages to keep a flow and stay cogent, not in a way that is necessarily masterful or whatever, but you're just going to watch a blockbuster movie. It's not there necessarily to change your world or whatever. Like you said, you see it on TV, you go, I'm kicking back on the couch.
I can just relax, and I mean, I'll leave it on. I don't need to actually see, oh, what is the narrative here? Like, there are movies for that. Like, Nolan does that for me. I can sit and get cranial. But like this one, I just want to relax and enjoy it.
And this is the similar feeling. It's the bare minimum that a blockbuster should have for you. You're not lost and confused and whatever. Aside from that, like I said, if I'm giving you money, make that stuff preposterous. And the action is bonkers. In this scene alone, Vin Diesel has a run-in with a construction crane that makes no sense. I promise you there's going to be some sort of referendum that science is broken, never mind the vaccine conspiracy nonsense. Fast and Furious is the real problem that we're having with physics as it is. So the other thing that I love here is Jason Momoa. He's a sassy, saucy, spicy man. Very zesty. And he does this tightrope of not being too Power Rangers bad guy. In a weird way, like it's not over the top. And whatever, Power Rangers is fine. It's fun. It's for kiddies or whatever. This is too. But he's not overly serious, but he's not overly stupid at the same time. And I kind of like the addition there. Some of the cameos are a bit silly. Like Jason Statham isn't given the kind of breathing room that you would have thought. It's just sort of like he had 5 minutes during his day and all this rave about The Rock being in it. Don't get your hopes up too high. But it is cool seeing John Cena come back in a way that's quite playful. He becomes like the caretaker to the son while Vin Diesel's doing his own thing. The problem is that as I was writing this note about it getting all cogent and at least feeling like it's got a sensible enough flow that it doesn't leave you scattered to the wind, is that there it started to lose itself in the bushes a bit. It's like, cool, why is there this whole scene that feels pointless? So at the end of the day, the entire thing does end up feeling a bit like filler. In the way, like, Hunger Games had like 4 movies, and there was number 1, part 1, and number 3, part 1, and number 3, part 2. This is a bit of filler in that way, because it's going to be a part 2. It hits the spot, though, as far as blockbusters go, and we'll learn more about that spot as I show you an upsound between the sizzle of Dante himself and Dom in Fast X. Here's a look at a final clip of the baddie and the goodie.
You remember my father?
Hernan Reyes.
My father was a horrible man. Very bad daddy. But I kind of liked him, and you took him from me when you stole our money and left us with nothing but suffering.
That's what I came here for. To end that suffering. Oh, and I didn't take that money. I burned it.
Okay, we've been teasing all the way through the morning. Let's go for popcorns, Chappie Sebastian.
6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
Blockbuster fodder, get on with it, go watch it, you're gonna love it. But there's a part 2 coming out next year.
Okay, there we go. That's all you need to know. And the thing is, we like the practicality of Fast and the Furious, the reality of it. I feel like let's take this to street level, Graham.
Yes, my friend, if you understood nothing about what they've been talking about in any of the Fast and the Furious films, now you're going to get your education from one of the best. If you wondered about the difference between spinning and drifting and what that smoke smells like, you can imagine it right now as we meet one of the most talented drifters and spinners we have. You're seeing Damon Ryle. Enjoy, Boykie.
Thank you so much, and welcome to the Mzansi. We're out here in the Cape Flats doing something absolutely special. We're about to turn things up. It's going to be fast, it's going to be furious, but before we even get into it, let's chat to the legend when it comes to drifting, when it comes to spinning, when it comes to moving metal. Yasin Damwan, brother. Oh, how are you doing, man?
Good, man. Just cold.
It's cold, it's bright and early.
Cold.
But dude, it's a beautiful day. I mean, look at that backdrop. The sun's about to come up. Before we even get into this, dude, this is incredible. This is something that the people go mal for here in Cape Town. But I want to talk to you about this movement because I think we need to educate the people on this. Firstly, let's talk about the difference between, let's say, drifting, spinning. What's going on here? What's the difference between the two? Is there a difference at all?
So for me, there is a big difference. The first difference would be speed. This is more on a small, like say 1,200 square feet size that would be big for spinning. Yeah. Where you can't really run this thing on that size. So this is more technical, more competition style driving. Okay. That's the spin car obviously now, and that's my drift car. Yeah. So there we're looking at like 150, 160 plus entries, you know, before you even go sideways. Whew, okay. You know, we're traveling speeds of maybe 20 k's max, but this is more of a crowd pleaser because you're closer to the crowd in spinning.
This is what I see in the music videos, right? Yeah. This is okay.
So that's the mad, raucous, proper Cape Town wild style spinning over there, and this is more of a controlled high speed.
This is more Fast and the Furious style, the movies, that's where you're going. Okay, cool. Man. So more about you, dude. What sparked your interest in this movement? Where did this all begin for you?
So we're looking at about 15 years back. Oh, wow. Myself, my father, my uncles, everyone was into motorsport, like maybe drag racing, Killarney style. And we were really looking at something to do as a father-son, you know, bonding session. Yeah. And we pulled up at the school in Mitchell's Plain. I think it was Cedar High at the time. And we saw spinning for the first time. And you must know, this is like 15 years back. So you're talking about your first gear, holding the brakes, the cars just turning with just enough power. Yeah. And you know, it stole my heart that day. And ever since I've been pushing and pushing, and now with a man's press, we at this level now.
Look where we are. The man's dominating. He's turning into a legend, and you're working with some of the very best. I want to talk about the scene here in Cape Town, man, because you mentioned that it kind of almost originated here. Joburg really took it and made it a bigger thing than what it was even. But I think the culture in Cape Town is insane because people love it. I think even me as a kid, I remember looking through Speed and Sound magazines, hearing the guys on the road. Whether it was anything involving a car, you wanted to be involved in it. Why do you think that this movement and everything going on here is so big in the Cape?
So this did actually originate here, like way before my time even. We're talking about the Pavilion, Indiana time, 80s, 90s, that time already we started with this already. And you know what? The guys like Eddie Rasta, he's a legend right throughout the whole of South Africa. He actually took what he learned and what he taught our guys here, and he took it over to Johannesburg, and they saw it and they took it and they actually evolved it and pushed it to the next level. But from a crowd point of view, I've never seen a more excited crowd than Cape Town. I mean, I've been all over now till in Botswana spinning for them. Wow, okay. And nothing like the mother city. Like Cape Town, the moment the Cape Town crowd sees any wheels turning or smoke or anything, they go
we lose our minds.
And I mean, we've really slacked down with our events here in Cape Town, you know, ever since COVID hit as well. And the only legal premises that we have at the moment is Killarney. So Killarney has been pushing, and they built us our own pitch actually. And all I can say is, like, we need more. We need more. I mean, if you go to Johannesburg, around every corner, there's a pitch. On a Thursday, on a Wednesday, on a Sunday, they have spinning right through the week. I mean, there's guys in Johannesburg that doesn't work. They spin for a living. Yeah. So they've actually evolved the sport so much there on that side that they build a crowd, they get the takings from the crowd, and they split it between the drivers.
I love it, man. Look, this is something that I've realized is not just a culture, it's not just a movement, but this is a sport. Yeah. You're an athlete. There's sacrifice that goes into this. There's lots of hard work. Yeah. And, oh, the entertainment value is like no other. And that's why we're here this morning, Mzansi, giving you an opportunity to meet some of the incredible people behind this movement, behind this culture. And, of course, we're going to drift. We're going to spin, and we're going to show you what these bad boys are capable of. So don't go anywhere. In just a bit, we're going to go through some demos of the Yasin himself. We're going to hit the pitch, and oh, we're going to turn it up. It's going to be fast, it's going to be furious, and we'll see you there.
Hey, Ryle, that was cool. I used to drift.
Drift, a spin.
I like that. Did you see that move there? That was fantastic. I like that. It was good. We'll be back, obviously, seeing the actual spinning happening, and it'll be good to see Ryle's man bun go like this.
The love antenna. We're going to switch it on right now.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. Fast and the Furious 10 is out today, and we're looking to try and raise our coolness, so we found a man with a top knot to help us do it.
Oh, absolutely. Ryle's about to do a demo with Yasin Darman. He is there live. Let's watch these guys go and do the spinning we need to get the weekend started.
We're back, I hope. Are we here? I think we are. Welcome back to it, of course, and thank you all for arriving at this location where things are about to go down. Yasin, I've got to ask you, we're about to spin, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what exactly are you going to be doing when it comes to spinning? Is it a trick or what?
So I'm not going to be doing any stunts. You know, stunts is really more of a Johannesburg type style. Cape Town, we call him wild, we call him free.
Okay, so we're freestyling, freedoming. Let's see you do your thing, brother. Good luck, and I'll get out your way. Yo! stop. We're going to carry on, and we'll see you all in just a bit. We're going from spinning to drifting, and that's Yasin Damwan, just how you like it. Woo! Nice, bro. Lovely stuff, man. Yo! That was power. That's what you're talking about. That's how you light up the stage. And of course, don't go anywhere. This action is going to continue. Woo! Can you smell the rubber? Man, that was insane, dude. You feeling
Wow.
good?
Look, our coolness rating did go up dramatically, tenfold.
Right.
In fact, tenfold. We love that. Time now for us to take it to another level and refuel. But before we head into a nice little chill moment here, I thought now would be the perfect time to take a moment to sit back and touch base with our little team. It's smaller than it normally is.
Yes, it is.
I mean, the team is smaller than it normally is.
The average height went down, yeah.
We're going to share a hot cuppa and, like we say, hit pause, because these moments are critical.
It's time to hit pause with Jacobs.
So we had spinning, so I'm spinning my spoon in the cups over here. I've actually gone with Kronen because I feel like that's the vibe this morning.
It's a little bit of a bar. I've gone with the gold because I'm drinking a lot of coffee, so I need to like tail it down a little bit. Okay. So the Kronen for me has a really intense, strong flavor, which I love.
Yeah.
The gold you can keep drinking all day. It's slightly more mellowed, rounder bodied. Is that a thing? Rounder bodied?
Rounder bodied sounds
like
quite
rounder
beautiful.
bodied.
Okay.
Absolutely nice. But I think the Jacobs Gold for me, it's got that medium roast, not too intense. The Kronen, ideal if your coffee vibe is a bit stronger.
I am a bit stronger. I feel like that, especially now. But I'm going to take a nice little sip here.
Oh, sorry, there was a bit of a slurp right next to my microphone, but I think
that's
sometimes
okay.
you've got to do it.
You see what I love about that, right? I want this to be full body, but then have that edge at the end that makes you want to go for another sip, and that's what it's doing for me. So I'm enjoying this. Thank you. Actually, who made this? This is.
We made it, man. We had a little bit of help this morning. So we're kind of on a mission here towards leading more calm and joyful days, lives, if we can. And I wanted to put it to you because you're kind of my psychological go-to, the guy that I lean on for these sorts of things. I think you know this, whether you want to be or not. But I wanted to put this to you.
Yeah.
Is there one ritual or habit like this, like us just taking a moment during the show to press pause and check in with each other? Is there something, knowing what you know about yourself and your vibe and your energy, is there something that you would like to institute, a ritual, a habit? It doesn't have to be a big thing. Just to get this feel-good vibe when you need it.
Affirmations.
Ooh.
I've tried it before, but the consistency is lacking. Like, if I can do affirmations, I feel like that's going to be powerful. It's like waking up in the morning and saying, I'm capable.
Yeah.
You know? More importantly, I deserve to have my role on TV and radio.
sure.
I want to be the best at it, and I want to know that I'm a purposeful person.
Yeah.
So whatever I do, whether it be on TV or radio, whatever platform, if you have the attention of people, I want to make sure that I make the best of that attention.
Oh, completely.
But more importantly, it's about me being suited and respecting myself as a professional in my roles and saying that to myself out loud. Affirmations. I'd love to add that regularly.
I love that because it doesn't just speak to gratitude, which is a big part of turning the mindset around. And I think all of us at some point on the N3 here, where we make it our way out to our studio, have to have the list of 10 things that we really appreciate to get that positivity going that early in the morning. But when you take responsibility for those moments, that's when the magic happens. And I think for us, we really do feel that. Like, I love the fact that we've got this responsibility to think critically on behalf of a couple of million people every morning.
Definitely.
What a gift that we get to ask those questions, be there. But it does require all this crazy energy expenditure. So for me, it's about that, making sure that you can unplug and manage your system like that. All of this being said, how does this look for you over the weekend? What are you going to do? How do you relax when you are always working in little bite sizes? How do you get that right?
I'm the wrong person to ask, but it's okay. No,
Sunday from 3 to 5.
That's exactly it. That's Sundays on my off days. I just feel like whatever you have, I've actually reframed my drive to work. So I drive quite far to get to work, and I said to myself, I think that people tend to add travel as a chore.
As an expenditure.
But I think that if you're traveling and you're in a vehicle or you're doing public transport, you've got some earphones in, try and fill that with knowledge. So do the podcasting. Find a song or a couple of songs or a playlist that's got you going and that gives you peace and energy. I just think that your time in the car, no matter how long it is, 20 minutes, 40 minutes, 30 minutes, make it part of your time. And if you empower that with your time, you have more time.
Oh, completely, and it's turning a frown upside down. I love it.
Yes.
But the problem is I listen to you. So is that educational? Is it entertainment?
Oh, yes, it is.
I don't know, but I absolutely love it, and he can get quite naughty at his time of the day that we can't in the morning. We love it. We absolutely love this notion. And on a very exciting note, we've got a special winner announcement to make right now. So earlier this week, we asked you to spill the beans and to tell us the most embarrassing thing you've ever said or done to a crush, and I can relate. Hands down, the winner is Carla T. Wilson. Can we give her a round of applause? You're a beaut, Carla, you're a beaut.
I wonder if we should... Okay, let's just read this out to you, right? So she wrote, I was kissing my crush and then accidentally burped. Then I still stopped and asked him, did I just burp? Well, he ended up marrying me, so I guess the burp sealed the deal. Oh, my word.
I love that. Carla, I'm hoping you're not too embarrassed to talk to us right now. You very bravely spilled the beans in our safe space. A good morning to you. How are you?
Wow, that was amazing.
She's not there right now, but I would imagine she's feeling pretty good and still a little bit embarrassed. Well, she spilled the beans, and that means she walks away with a Jacob's coffee hamper and 2,000 Rand in cash.
Yeah, well
baby.
done. We do hope that you and your husband enjoy some great coffee moments together. Burp-free. So to everyone else, thank you so much for taking the time to enter. There will be another chance for you to win next week, and that is with Jacobs.
So until then, go make yourself some beautiful, delicious coffee, and then just hit, boop, pause.
Here's to the coffee magicians. The ones who know what you get out starts with what you put in.
Now that we've calmed our nerves down, should we raise the octane levels just a little bit?
I mean, it's the weekend, so we have a spinning demo, yet another one. Tire burning, it's going to be fantastic. So Raul is standing by once again with Yasin Darman to get it going.
Yeah, dude, if you were at the studio, you must see how chaos it is. Oh, we're back. We're live once again. Welcome to it. I know you can hear the noise behind me, but that's because you're busy warming up this beast, and it's going from spinning to drifting. I'm still here with Yasin. Dude, before you even get into this, I wanted to ask you about your movement right now. What sort of events are going down that we can maybe see you doing your thing at?
So I was actually busy prepping for an event later on this evening. We're going to be at Killarney.
Okay.
It's going to be spinning and drifting both at the same time. I think they're starting at 5:30. They're finishing off at 9. So we're going to have spin cars there, we're going to have drift cars there, drag cars. It's a full-on event. And then I leave on Wednesday afternoon. I leave for Johannesburg. We've got Japan Auto. Zanzi versus Japan Auto 2.0 in Johannesburg. It's going to be at Mayhem Raceway, 27th of May.
Magic stuff. I love it. Okay, so you come from spinning. We're going to be drifting now. What are you going to be doing exactly? Just doing your thing once again?
Yeah, doing my thing once again, but this will be more controlled dive. It's going to be high speed though, so you're going to see this one is much more weight than what that one is.
All right, well, you do your thing, brother. Good luck. We'll catch you on the flip. Let's go. Oh, doesn't get any cooler than that. I mean, come on. Absolutely owned it, dude. That was insane. Feeling the power of this. How does it feel when you're in this thing, dude?
Much more fast.
And is it a difficult thing to control? Do you really have to be powerful trying to steer?
So the suspension and the way this car works actually makes it far easier than that car. So this car would be 90% car, 10% driver, where that one would be 50-50. So you actually have to drive that car, but it also takes a really skillful driver to drive this one as well. And I'm jumping between both.
And it's crazy because you're literally almost doing two different sports, so different at the same time. What's your favorite? The drifter. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, Mzansi. Thank you so much for joining us out here on the flats. We're talking about an incredible person in the game. It's Yasin Damon doing such awesome things. You can catch him tonight at Kalani. More events coming through. And of course, you want to find out more about this entire movement. Reach out to this man online. He's got all the tips, all the advice you need. And maybe even come down in the park and play. What do you say? We'll see you again, Mzansi. Hope you enjoyed it. Vroom, vroom.
Oh.
So excited.
Can we just say kudos to the cameraman there who literally put his life in Yasin's hands there. I mean, it's very safe hands indeed, but I think it's going to get to the point the next time we go back there, Val's just going to be screaming with adrenaline. Just like, ah!
I know if you just tuned in, you might be wondering, like, why are they doing spinning on the TV? Well, I mean, Fast and the Furious, the 10th installment is out, and we decided, you know, we want to take it to the streets as well and get a real-life connection with it. In fact, a little later, we're going to take our Samsung Galaxy series out for a spin, literally.
And we will take you behind the scenes of that and a whole lot more. It's all about Fast and the Furious 10. We'll see you on the other side of this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, it's a quantum leap forward in technology, and right now we want you to buckle up, adrenaline junkies, as we join the team behind the scenes with the incredible Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra as we break free from the studio and hit the streets to literally #share the epic with you in some pretty high-octane fashion. Now, Ryle is going to give us a little hint on what we've got in store for you today.
I cannot stop shooting this. It is so awesome. It's a beautiful day and beautiful morning, as you can see. I'm chilling here with the Galaxy S23 Ultra right now and shooting so much epic content. And that's what I'm doing. I'm sharing the epic right now, and that's something you can do too. There are so many cool features on this phone. The list goes on. Something that we've definitely been doing now, and I've been so excited about, is the fact that because there's so much speed on the track right now, I need to slow things down, and slow-mo really capitalizes on that opportunity. And now it's allowing me to capture all the action. It's smooth. The frames per second are just crisp and brilliant too. So this is something that I think anybody that's involved in adventure, anybody doing something epic, you want to get a phone like this and capture all that incredible content. So we've been doing that this morning. I'm sure you can see some of the shots that we've been doing out here on the pitch. The sun's come up, the light is just perfect for it, and we're having so much fun. So this is your opportunity too to maybe get involved and share the epic and take some incredible shots. There's so many features on this phone. I'm having so much fun out here, and I can't resist just taking cool shots, and I'm sure you would too if you had this in your hand. So maybe let us know, come through on the socials, share your epic with us, but this is something to get absolutely excited about. And not just the slow-mo features, but everything else that's going on the phone is something we're going to highlight throughout the week as we dive into all the features of this thing. But right now, just having fun capturing the slow-mo for me was a moment I'm never going to forget. And it's something that I'm probably going to try to do wherever I go this week. And it's time for adventure, and I've got every reason to do it. So back to you in the studio. I hope you enjoyed us sharing the epic. I hope you enjoyed this adrenaline, fun-filled, action-packed morning. And of course, we got to capture it all right here. Back to you guys in the studio. Woo!
Oh, absolutely amazing. My brother, thank you so much for taking us literally onto the tar. We've been celebrating Fast and the Furious 10. Yeah, we're loving that. And for the next couple of weeks, we're going to continue to hashtag share the epic. We are going to give you guys the opportunity. Yes, while we are doing these amazing feats, you have the opportunity to do it as well. You can win yourself a Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra of your own, and this is how you got to do it, and that's valued at 20,995 Rand. Simply complete the competition post or leave your comments on the Expresso Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram page, and tell us why will you choose the Samsung Galaxy S23 for your own brand content creation. We've given you so many motivators. Don't forget to use the hashtag share the epic. That competition closes Sunday, the 21st of May. That's this Sunday at midnight, but you can find all the terms and conditions on expressoshow.com. We're probably going to get a record-breaking number of entrants for this one, so please make sure yours is spectacular.
Ready? Wow. Mia, can you send me that? Sure. Can you send me that? Hey, can you send me that? Sure.
Make every training day epic. Buy the Galaxy S23 series at the Galaxy Watch 5 or Watch 5 Pro and get free Galaxy Buds 2 Pro valued at 3,999. T's and C's apply.
We go from sharing the epic to sharing the news. 8 o'clock it is in your Feel Good Breakfast Show and everywhere else. Let's start off with national news. Correctional Services Minister Ronald Lamola says despite the negative image his department has gained, especially with the escape of Thabo Bester from the Mangaung Correctional Centre, their facilities are still very secure. Now, tabling the department's budget vote in the National Assembly, he said that in the last financial year, out of an inmate population of some 157,000, a total of 27 inmates escaped, representing only 0.017%. Referring to the Mangaung Correctional Centre, Lamola said the process of taking it over from G4S was proceeding. Now, the acting CEO of Eskom, Caleb Kasim, says Eskom understands the negative impact that load shedding has on the economy and on South Africans' lives, but it's essential to prevent a nationwide power outage. Kasim warned that stage 8 load shedding could be applied during peak hours in the coming months. In fact, the winter months. Meanwhile, Deputy President Paul Mashatile says the government is calling on the private sector to invest money in power generation to strengthen the power grid. He says the country needs independent power producers. On to international news, 4 people have been arrested in Tunisia in connection with an attack outside a synagogue during an annual Jewish pilgrimage. This claimed the lives of 6 people. The gunman was a police officer who killed 3 other officers and 2 Jewish worshippers. He was then fatally shot by police. Tunisian authorities have not referred to it as a terror attack. However, President Kais Saied called a meeting with Muslim, Jewish and Christian faith leaders on Wednesday, stressing that Tunisia was a country of tolerance and coexistence. Now, the oldest, most complete Hebrew Bible has been bought at Sotheby's, New York, for $38.1 million, becoming the most valuable manuscript sold on auction. The Codex Sassoon is thought to have been written some 1,100 years ago. It's the earliest surviving example of a single manuscript containing all 24 books of the Hebrew Bible, with punctuation, vowels, and accents. U.S. lawyer and former Ambassador Alfred Moses bought it from the ANU Museum of the Jewish People in Tel Aviv, Israel. The Hebrew Bible constitutes the bedrock of Western civilization, Moses said. And the humanitarian organization Gift of the Givers has once again brought immense joy and happiness to many. This time, the Gift of the Givers Foundation has donated a 60 million rand state-of-the-art stores dispensary to the Charlotte Maxeke Hospital in Johannesburg, designed in accordance with fire regulations. The old facility was destroyed by fire. The hospital CEO, Gladys Bogoshi, expressed sincere thanks and appreciation to the organization for assisting the facility recover from last year's devastating fire. Bogoshi said Dr. Imtiaz Suleiman, founder of the Gift of the Givers, had doubled their facilities. Your team didn't spare anything from security to shelving, she added. Health Minister Joe Pahla admitted the government could have done better in expediting the refurbishment at the hospital. He was speaking at the handover of the store's dispensary and also praised the Gift of the Givers for work done in record time. And we love the Gift of the Givers. Fantastic work for the community once again. That's it for news and your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is time for the man with the sporting action. Finally, here's Graham.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wasty. And we start on a celebratory note with local football. The PSL has announced the nominees for the 2022-23 PSL Awards. So this prestigious Footballer of the Season award, which is voted for by the 16 Premier Division head coaches, will be contested by, well, a stellar lineup. Tebogo Mokoena, Monapule, Saleng and Ronwin Williams. So Saleng and Williams have also been nominated in the Players Player of the Season category, together with Mamelodi Sundowns captain Themba Zwane. Then SuperSport United's Gavin Hunt will be up against Rulani Mokoena and Jose Riviero for Coach of the Season honours. Now, a little further afield, Jose Mourinho's Roma have reached the Europa League final by holding Bayer Leverkusen to a goalless draw in the second leg of their semi-final tie. Eduardo Bove's goal gave the Italian side a 1-0 win in that first leg, and that was enough to take them through. So Mourinho has won all 5 of his previous 5 European finals. He's got the credentials, including last season's Europa Conference League with Roma, and 6-time winners Sevilla are through to the 7th Europa League final for them. That was after their extra-time win over Juventus in a pulsating semi-final second leg. The decisive goal came 5 minutes into extra time when Bryant Gill crossed to Eric Lamela to head home. Then we turn to cricket, and he is still at his best. Virat Kohli hit a spellbinding 100 of just 62 balls to keep alive Royal Challengers Bangalore's hopes of reaching the IPL knockout stages. So Kohli's 6th IPL ton, a record equalled only by Chris Gayle, the GOAT, ensured that RCB chased down 187 against an already eliminated Sunrisers Hyderabad. He put in 172 for that first wicket alongside, of course, Faf du Plessis, who made 71. I think he's still the highest scorer in the competition. Then SA's Heinrich Klaassen top scored for Hyderabad with 104. So RCB, they'll face leaders Gujarat in their final group stage match on Sunday. Now, I hate to do this to tennis fans, especially fans of Rafa. Rafa Nadal will miss the French Open for the first time in 19 years. That's after a hip injury has now ruled out the record 14-time men's singles champion. The 36-year-old Spaniard, who has won 22 major titles in his incredible career, also said he plans to retire after the 2024 season. Nadal holds the joint record number of men's major triumphs alongside Serbia's Novak Djokovic. He has won 70 other ATP titles and spent 209 weeks at world #1, the 6th longest amount of any player in ATP history, part of a golden generation. So yes, sadly missed at this year's or the next major Grand Slam, but hopefully nothing too serious to report on right now as we turn to our traffic.
Thanks a lot, G. Let's take a look at those roads. If you are still heading to work, Sibaya, Durban, let's go there. There has been an accident on the N2 North. There are delays, so please approach that area with caution and allow for more travel time on your way to work this morning. Benoni in Johannesburg, there has been a multi-vehicle accident on the N12 westbound at the ramp to Pitfontein Road. 2 lanes are closed, so please approach that area very, very carefully this morning. That's what I have for you for now. All the best. Safe to work. Let's check on the weather. Starting with weather news, it would appear that it's time for snow lovers to head for the Eastern Cape. This, as the SA Weather Service says, light snow can be expected over the southern Drakensberg and northeastern mountainous areas of the Eastern Cape today. Large parts of the Eastern Cape province are already experiencing wet and freezing cold weather, which the Weather Service says will persist at least for another day. Recovery of daytime temperatures is expected from tomorrow. At least 3 people have already succumbed in floods over the past days in the Amatole district in the province. A spokesperson for the Amatole municipality says disaster management teams are continuing to determine the extent of the damage. A yellow level 2 warning for disruptive rain leading to localized flooding has also been issued for the southern coastal areas of KwaZulu-Natal adjacent to the Eastern Cape. That is for today. Now, after the weather news, let's take a look at your sunrise view, starting with Rosemary in Savannah Park, showcasing sparks of light blasting over the mountains. Gorgeous. Thank you so much for sending, Rosemary. Charlotte and Bloom shared this shot from her window. Incredible pastel colors in the gorgeous sky. Then Philippa in Stellenbosch, enjoying the breeze in the air, feeling blessed for all of her surroundings. And then Clinton in Margate, up in his apartment, looking at those palm trees swaying in the wind. What a moment. It doesn't even look like Margate, but I mean, look at that. It looks like a holiday destination. That's why I love this country. So many different dynamic locations and so many ways to wake up. So send your sunrise view to us, 063-408-8863. We'd love to see it as we get into the temperatures around the country. Now, starting off in Polokwane, 9 up to 25 today. Bombela, 12 to 24, with some thunder expected, around a 40% chance. And then Pretoria, you can expect 6 and you rise to 22 degrees Celsius. Joburg, 3 up to 20. Now, Mahikeng, let's go to you. 2 is your minimum, nice and chilly. And then, of course, you go to 21 over there. Let's go to Klerksdorp, 2 to 20. And then Kimberley, you've got just 1 and you rise to 16 degrees Celsius. Bloemfontein, -1 for you, up to 17. And then Richards Bay, 11 to 18 today. There is a good chance of some rain in your area. Pietermaritzburg, just 5 as you wake up. 13 degrees Celsius is your max. And here, this Durban, your minimum is 13. But you rise to just 17 with some rain expected, around a 96% chance. Mthatha, 4 to 16 degrees Celsius for you. East London, your minimum is 9 today, but you are up a double to 18 later. Cradock, just 1 is how you start. 16 is your maximum. Gqeberha, you've got 9 to 19 with some rain expected, a 57% chance. And then George, you've got 8 on the cards this morning. 17 is the max. Cape Town, you wake up to 11. 17 is the top temperature for you. Worcester, 6 to 19. Sutherland, a very chilly, -1 degrees Celsius up to 13. And then Uppington, you start in 0, but you can only go up from there. 20 degrees Celsius is your max. That's it for your weather news, sunrise views, all the temperatures on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Thank you so much for starting it off with us. In fact, we're going to keep it going and get the weekend started with more action.
Indeed. We're going to see how the other half, or maybe the other 0.01% live. It's time to have a little bit of fun with Our Money Matters. And in today's Our Money Matters segment with Nedbank, we thought we'd have some fun and play a game of Guess the Prize. Dun, dun, dun.
What? This is cool.
Oh, this is really cool,
I love
man.
this one.
So how it works, I'm going to show a series, in fact, of luxury homes from around the country that are currently for sale on a cool platform, Property 24. And then you need to, or we need to guess together how much it is listed for. I don't know when last you looked at prices like that. Okay, so we're going to start with our first property. Do you think you're going to be good or bad? Ooh, look at that.
Okay.
Ooh, it's so pretty. So,
first one.
Let me walk you through this gorgeous property. It's a 4-bedroom, 4.5 bathroom house in the super affluent area of Clifton in Cape Town. This slice of land is really, really valuable. Just the square meterage alone will blow your mind. How much do you think this gorgeous view is worth, buddy?
I know Cape Town property prices, and I'm going to go out and look. I'm going to say like 94 million.
94 million?
Yeah.
Wow.
94 million rand.
I need to see the answer, because I would have gone a lot lower. 85 million. Gee whiz.
It was okay, right?
For 4 bedrooms, bro. It's that half a bathroom, that 4.5 bathrooms. That's what drove you. It's the half a bathroom, pushes it up by about 80 million.
Makes sense.
Incredible, but you were pretty close, buddy.
Thank you.
Hey, maybe you're in the wrong line of work. I don't know. So let's look at our next one. I think we're all in the wrong line of work looking at these houses.
My word.
This is a 5-bedroom, 5-bathroom house in Hyde Park. We're talking old money in Joburg. I love Hyde Park. This, I'm guessing area-wise, what are you thinking?
I know Joburg is a lot less than Cape Town in terms of property prices, so I'm going to go for like 60 mil.
60?
Yeah.
I'm going to go for 25, if that.
All right.
25, 30, let's see. 39. Okay, split the difference.
The middle.
Yeah. Okay. I hope the person who owns that house is like, what? 39 million? Absolutely beautiful. We love the area. In fact, let's ramp up a little bit here and go to 5 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms. This one is for sale in, I love Zimbali. It's a beautiful estate in Balito and KZN. A lot of Joburg has moved there recently. Oh, goodness. Look at that. That's epic, eh? Sure. So now you've got location, you've got lifestyle, you've got size, you've got view.
56 million.
56 million.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 70.
Okay, 56 million versus 70. Here we go.
I gave a Cape Town price there, I think. Ooh, 22 million. What's going on? What is going on in the... That's why we're not estate agents. But come on, Zimbali. I don't know who's selling your properties, but you can do it, man. You can do more. Because that is epic, eh?
That is so beautiful.
Maybe it's a holiday home. It's a second home.
Ah,
that's why.
but the infinity pool got me. That's what made me hit 56. Goodness.
All right, let's take it up a level now. This is a 7-bedroom, 9-bathroom house for sale in Beachy Head in Plettenberg Bay. Is this a holiday home? Is this a business? What is,
yeah, it looks like
it looks like Google's head office. Ooh,
wow,
buddy.
Okay, well, I know
I don't
Plet.
even know.
So Plet, even though it's so beautiful and sought after in terms of views and space, I think it would be, I'm gonna shut myself down, 40 mil.
I was going to say 45.
Were you gonna say 40?
I was going to say 45.
Let's go.
But I'm absolutely uneducated. 36.5 million.
Okay, we were better that time, right? Okay.
Yeah. But that's a steal compared to... It's a steal at 36 million. Come on.
Look at us, real estate agents.
That's crazy. Okay, now we've saved something truly spectacular for last. This is currently one of the most expensive houses on the market. 6 bedrooms, 8 bathroom, because you need an extra 2. It's in Fresnay in Cape Town. Probably the most valuable slice of land, square meterage, I think, in South Africa. What do you reckon,
That's
bro?
probably pure marble on that 5.
I'm going 200 million.
I'm going 123.5 million.
200. I'm saying 200 million, I think. 200 million? Wow. I think I might have visited this house, actually.
I went too low, but 150.
150,
Yeah.
okay. Let's see. And that's why these guys only need to sell how many properties a year? 2.
One.
One.
I'm a bit shocked.
Hey, shooketh.
Should we go into real estate?
I think we might. I think we're starting to see a natural link here that hopefully blew your mind and maybe inspired you guys. And whilst we can all dream of owning a 300 million rand home one day, buying any house is a massive achievement. Please take that on board and something worth being proud of, bro.
So, I mean, if becoming a homeowner is on the cards for you, then I think Nedbank, they actually want to help you. They want to make the dream a reality. So if you take out a home loan with Nedbank and open a transactional account with them, you can actually qualify for up to 20,000 in cashback plus 50% off your attorney bond registration fees when applying online.
What do you think the fees are attached to a 300 million rand property?
I don't want to know, please. No.
It will be a massive saving in any case and will ease that process. You know, when we talk about those hidden costs, that's often where you get nailed. So speak to someone, get someone in your corner who you can negotiate with that'll walk that long journey with you. Get all the details at nedbank.co.za. 301 million.
300 million.
Eh?
You must be wondering how I got here, ne? Enjoying Bomadi sushi, that you fucking nice over bubbles of sparkling water. But I didn't know the changes, Joe. Because I chose Nedbank, the bank that gives you discount upon discount in this country. I call it a bank with benefits, eh? Yeah. Value guaranteed. Seriously? Seriously.
Here's to the coffee magicians. The ones who know what you get out starts with what you put in.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
This past Mother's Day, we showered our mothers with love and gifts and gave them the recognition they so rightly deserve. But what if we could encourage our mothers to gift themselves with the ultimate gift that is financial freedom and independence? This is base level stuff and powerful stuff. Now, recent surveys, statistics have revealed that South African women experience significantly higher levels of financial stress than their male counterparts. This is our socio-economic journey, and Nedbank is determined to change that narrative. Here to inspire and empower is an empowering and inspired woman herself, Venetia Palani, the executive of financial management at Nedbank. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. This must be a difficult one for you to frame yourself. When you see statistics like this, how have you been able to put this into perspective?
Being empowered about your finances is so important. You know, women are the backbone of our nation, right? We build, we raise the nation. So being financially savvy is absolutely important. I've been on an amazing journey myself, raised by very strong women to be financially savvy. And I think it's really important, especially in this month, to impart the knowledge and give mothers the support in terms of managing their finances, because it will be the gift that keeps on giving.
What are those steps?
Well, if you just think about women going on their basic duties or household duties, is pretty stressful. Managing a career is even stressful, so your finances shouldn't add to that stress.
Definitely.
And the first bit of advice I would give anybody is start understanding how much you earn versus how much you spend. Now, that can seem like a pretty simple thing, but I can tell you it's not easy, even if I have to look at my finances.
We live in denial. Yeah.
Exactly. And every time I look at how much I spend, I'm like, okay, hold back. But, you know, just starting with that is pretty important, and keep a budget. It's really important to have that budget. Then once you have that budget, start thinking about what you're going to cut back and how much you're going to save on things. So even if it's a little bit, and I know everyone's stressed, financially strained on everything. So I think, you know, just, you don't have to think a big amount, even a 10 Rand or a 5 Rand or a 50 Rand is very reasonable. So just start saving. Now, as women, we love our hobbies or love to do things on the side.
An outlet, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But make sure we can monetize that, right? So get some money out of it, whether it's becoming an influencer, whether it's, you know, tapping into a marketplace somewhere. So start monetizing that hobby. So whether you cook, you sew, whatever it is, see how you could make money from that.
You read, you
100%. So growing what you earn is super important. And then, I mean, just not putting it under a mattress or whatever is not good enough. Make sure it continues to grow, right? So having the right bank account and the right savings product. And at Nedbank, you know, we have amazing products like a Just Invest, which you can get up to 8.25% at the moment and have access to that money within 24 hours.
And there is a phase of life fit as well for these financial products. You speak to financial literacy and independence ultimately, and it's not a big thing, like you say, it's not the top of the mountain, it's the first step in that journey and understanding that. How much has the digital landscape changed this, and what would your advice be as this kind of bastion of financial independence to the other women out there that are walking the same path that you've had to walk?
Yeah, time is money, and we have very little of it. So make sure you spend it wisely. So when you think about banking, you don't even have to go into a branch anymore. You can do your banking at your fingertips on your phone. With Nedbank, you can open an investment account or a bank account in under 5 minutes sitting right here. You can even have your bank card delivered to you or picked up at a locker. I mean, think about it. You don't even have to visit a branch anymore. 5 minutes, you're done, and you're on your path to financial freedom. So it's really important. But also, I think just we talk about accessing products and services, but just understanding when I talk about how much you earn versus how much you spend, being on a money app, the Nedbank Money app enables you to do that. It enables you to see how much you're spending in real time and enables you then to manage that better. So I think definitely from a digital perspective, and Nedbank has amazing services and products that you can manage digitally.
I use them all the time, and it has changed. The saving pockets have been a big thing for me because it just makes it so clear. Let's talk to moms specifically, where the pressure points are a little bit different. It gets real very quickly when you're a mama. What advice do you have for them in their own financial journey?
Take control, firstly. We've spoken about how busy moms are, you know, the stress of managing a household, the stress of, you know, managing and raising kids. But the really important thing is to the moms is just take control. You know, I've shared how much you can budget and save and put the money away. Just know how much you're spending, how much you're saving, what you're paying for in your household. I speak to many women who sometimes don't even have their own bank account. I mean, I think it's sometimes strange, but have your own bank account, you know, have your own savings account, you have your own investment account. So it's really important, and then just know where you're spending that money. Come and speak to Nedbank. I mean, we're money experts that do good. We believe that money well managed can make a real difference. So I think come and speak to the experts. Let us guide you on this journey and let us personalize something for you.
I love that word, personalize. And that's what I get from Nedbank, because I'm a very different kind of person, and you need that. But I think for moms out there, emancipate yourself. Thank you so much. I think the best gift you can receive is the one you can give yourself. That speaks to empowerment. So to all of the amazing mamas out there doing the most, lean on the support that is there, available, primed to help you. And Nedbank have a team of expert consultants, people ready to support you in this digital landscape and to guide you on your journey towards financial freedom. So reach out, visit nedbank.co.za, the Nedbank Money app, which is amazing, or just give them a call, 0800 555 111. The support is there. You have got a powerful person in your corner.
Thanks a lot, G. Well, it's time to spoil our moms in another dose of care.
Introducing new Panado Pediatric Syrup 5ml sachets. They're really convenient to pack and easy to use, so you're always prepared for pain and fever, anytime, anywhere.
So let's do this. A mother's love is endless, selfless, and unconditional. Now, nominate a deserving mom or for a dose of care, and do stand a chance to win a 2,000 Rand prize. Now, we're excited to announce our next winner, so congratulations, Sefularo Lydia Madidimalo. Congratulations. And what a beautiful name at that. Now, Mosamude commented this: our mother at Lydia Sefularo raised 5 kids. She's a great grandmother, a selfless, loving, and kind retired teacher who is always there for the kids and everyone else, but often forgets to take care of herself. Hashtag Panado SA, hashtag a dose of care. What a gorgeous entry. Thank you for looking after the people around you. Sometimes those unsung heroes, they never want to be celebrated, but we want to give them a dose of care. And we actually have both of them on the line. Starting with you, Mosabudi, good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm so well, thank you. I'm actually very, very inspired by your nomination. I just wanted to ask you once again, how would you describe your mother's selflessness and loving nature?
Well, she cares for everyone and wants to see everybody happy. For example, being a retired teacher, but still communicate with her students, her former students.
Oh, wow.
And, you know, she just wants to see everyone happy.
That is fantastic. And I mean, I actually want to hear from the legend herself as well. Sefularo, good morning. How does it make you feel to receive a recognition like this? You've had an incredible impact on the lives of your students as well as your family. So what makes this beautiful moment special to you?
Good morning. It makes me so special. I feel so lucky, good, loved, and appreciated. And that makes me happy.
Oh, this is wonderful. And I actually would like to ask you, because you would know this as a retired teacher, what does a dose of care mean to you?
A dose of care, I think it's caring for others, giving them love and support all the time.
Wow. And that's what it is. You have to be consistent in your love and support, and it has to be unconditional. Now, Mosabudi, what is your favorite thing about Sefularo? I mean, when you spend time with this incredible person, what is the thing that really gets you every single time?
Selfless, loving, kind, and being the best mother and a grandmother to the kids.
Oh, Sefularo, when you hear that, what do you think of Mosabudi?
Mosabudi is so funny, loving, caring, and Musibidi doesn't want to see any person hurt. She is so full of love.
I can feel that from both of you. In fact, I know where she gets that from. It gets it from you, Mom. That's why. And it makes just sense that this dose of care goes both ways. So, Mosabudi, thank you very much for the nomination. Sefalado, thank you for being the incredible person that you are. Enjoy that 2,000 Rand prize, and congratulations. That 2,000 Rand is yours. Enjoy and do something for yourself. You are so selfless. It's time to look after you, okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
Yay! There we go. Happy Friday. Now show your appreciation and give your mom the recognition she deserves with a dose of care from Panado. And here's how.
Think of all the ways that our mums care for us from day one, and for one day at least, we can show a dose of that same care in return. Each weekday from 8 to 19 May, a lucky mum will win 2,000 Rand, and your mum may stand a chance of being one of our 10 winners if entering by replying to the hashtag Panado essay and hashtag a dose of care competition post on Expresso's Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter pages. Don't forget to include hashtag Panado essay and hashtag a dose of care. T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com.
Making an iced cappuccino with thick creamy froth is now impressively easy.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso on S3, getting your weekend started, and life is a wave. Yeah. Ride it with joy and let the tropical rhythm carry your worries away.
Live like that. Get ready to dance the hula of happiness. Sip on some sunshine with the smooth taste of Tropica. Now, Tropica recently launched their brand new advert, and boy, oh boy, this has made our day. Take a little gander at this.
This is the legend of the smooth driver.
Make my day, boy.
He's the smoothest man in all the island. Some say he's so smooth, he slides instead of walking. But I don't know. Roaring like the tide, he rides so smooth. The dude glides through the island like new shoes. Who can do what this guy can do? Cruising through, he's smooth like a lamb. Cruise floats like the smell of the ocean. Under breeze, salty waves, give you all of the feels. Pretty, pretty, please, can you wave at the ladies? Taking the turns as smooth as a baby's face. And gee, he's smoother.
Tropica, nothing smoother.
Make my day, girl.
Now also in Tropica Zero.
Don't try this at home, kids. Don't try this at home. I absolutely love that. They're not at all fast and in no way furious.
Wow.
I
was in Joburg recently, and I see what you did there, Tropica.
That was beautiful. It's funny, it's meaningful, and it's oh so smooth. So I think we need to plug into the creative team that made the smooth dream a reality.
Thank you guys so much. I think you guys will be a little jealous. The amazing team from Tropica's beautiful brand team. You know, if you think of capturing the essence of escapism and also just making our day with the smooth taste of the island life, you guys will be right here and you'll know that I'm talking about Tropica. But like I said, I'm here with Barbara and Francois, who's going to tell us a little bit more about their new range and the new commercial. Barbara, this commercial is so much fun. What was the reason behind creating this new TVC?
Well, Harmony, with Tropica being a brand with so much heritage in South Africa, nearly 40 years, we saw it very fit to introduce a commercial that will not only drive the brand love that people know, but also to drive the essence of around Tropica and how Tropica is what a brand that delivers on escapism, as you've alluded to, and also to make sure that people believe in that smooth life, which Tropica has always been known for. With the brand having been around for as many years as it has, we have a lineage of advertisements that we've published, and we needed something that would just take consumers back and reignite that nostalgia. So from a brand perspective, we often say it's around driving what we call equity, but this we saw as being a little bit more than that. In the way that the production had been filmed, I'm sure you've seen it, and if not, you'll probably get to see it today. You'll see that we went back to our roots. We went back to the aesthetic of Tropica with the palm trees. We went back to the Caribbean/Jamaican feel of the brand. And in so doing, we reignited that look and feel that people have come to know and love on the brand. It's also very light-hearted, which is true to the tone of the brand, very tongue-in-cheek, and that also then resonates with our consumers who have grown to love the brand for that sort of personality, which we've, I think, excellently demonstrated in the commercial.
It's, you know, the commercial is so much fun. Like, I was watching it and laughing all the way. But what was the inspiration behind creating the actual commercial?
Well, we had to be relevant to South African youth, you know, and this brand as just the understatedness, the way that you take things in your stride, the way that, you know, nothing really phases you, so be sort of unfazed and relaxed and so on, came at such a wonderful time when South Africa, and especially the youth, is like the complete opposite to that. Everybody's tense, everybody, you know, everything from going to your driver's license, you know, like a hell of a tense moment, to then other stuff, you know, happening in kids' lives, youngsters' lives, you know, and then if you get on the road, then it brings in a whole lot of other problems. So for us to like put this guy in a car and he's going through the most tense thing, most probably of, you know, of his young life, to then go and like handle it well. Of course, with help, you know, it helps if you take a sip on the smooth life, you know. So you know, that just set it up. We knew we had to get, as Barbara was saying, the island aesthetic. We knew that, you know, if we play it right with the characters, like that there's a strictness, you know, of the officer, that he could play off his coolness and his unfazedness and his relaxed attitude, you know, and get somewhere. And then in the end, even win her over would be a wonderful thing, you know.
No, you definitely hit the nail on the head. I think one of the ways I judge a commercial is by wanting to be in the commercial. I definitely wanted this one. But if a lot of people are looking here, they're looking here and they're saying there's a new look. We're used to a blue lid, but this is a whole different range. What is, can you guys tell me a little bit more about it?
Oh, Harmony, this is the most exciting launch we've had in a while, and it's the launch of our new Tropica Zero. as the market leader in what we call the short life fruit juice market, we had to be at the forefront of innovation in the category, and we are so proud to have launched this really, really exciting product. And as you can see, we've got our black cap and our black lid, which denotes to the no added sugar component of it. And that speaks to us understanding the needs of the consumer. And people spoke and we listened. They said, guys, help us out here. We're looking for a zero added sugar variant. And indeed, we said, we heard you, and here it is. So when people go into store, consumers look out for the black cap and the black label. And we've got a really cool call out that says zero added sugar, so everybody will know that this is our Tropica zero added sugar. It's supported on social media. We've got amazing competitions running there. We've also got it on billboards, so around the country, have a look. And if you see it, take a picture, shout us out and let us know.
I think this combined with the commercial is just going to be something phenomenal. And they also have like a funny, interesting tagline that is memorable. It says, "Make my day, boy." Yeah. Where does that come from?
Yeah, it actually comes out of here. But we just wanted to have her say something to him that potentially put him under even more pressure. So when she gets in with all of that attitude, and she's like so strict, and this is an everyday occurrence for her. She goes through 100 of these kids like every day, you know. She's got a clipboard, and she's like, "Okay, man, let's get going. You know, make my day. Like it's up to you, right?" And yeah, that became just such a lovely phrase. So even at the end, when we introduced the zero, right? You know, and that girl's trick is it falls from the ceiling of a little car, right? That she can, again, just before that, she gets in, this is her standard line, "Make my day, girl." You know, and like obviously those are the only bits of dialogue really in the whole commercial.
Yeah.
So that was the only place where we could play with our iconic accents that nobody else can do. Right? So that is just like a lovely way for her beyond her acting and her attitude to, like, you know, bring us the line, you know, bring her character out of that.
Wow, and it still tastes amazing. I was scared that it was going to taste a bit like watered down or anything, but it still has the same amazing flavor that I grew up with. And when we think of the island, you know, the island life, it's not only about the drinks or whatever, it's also about the sound. There's a catchy tune in the commercial. Where is that from, and what's the inspiration behind that one?
So the tune was created by our amazing team. So here with the team, Joe Public, Byron also from Team Best.
Yeah, Brian. Yeah, it was such a bonus, you know. So yeah, you get a director, but the guy's also like a musical genius. So we were down the track quite strongly, you know. There's an old track by a band called War. It was the track of 1973. Also going back to that, and like the whole heritage. It's called Lowrider.
Yeah.
Lowrider. And it's got like attitude, you know, like serious attitude, and it's about a car, right? So when we spoke to that, and that was our brief to Brian, he just said, "Well, hey, listen, I'm gonna give it a go."
Yeah.
Right.
And he did.
Yeah, I mean,
he did a phenomenal job. But you
even sang it. I mean, he did the whole thing.
I can
composition,
imagine. Yeah. It sounds great. It looks fantastic. It tastes amazing. And this is available in all stores, right?
Available across South Africa in all stores. Pick it up. Tag us on social media. #Tropica. #Tropica0.
Wow. What a day. What a way to make my day. Now I'm going to hit it back to you guys in studio. This is beautiful. What is your favorite flavor, though?
I love mango peach.
Mango peach.
I'm so glad that this is in front of me because this is my go-to.
Okay, I need to taste that one.
You need to. Here's another one, a fresh one, because I already went in on that
okay.
one.
You couldn't wait, right?
No, I couldn't.
I just needed Harmony to say nothing smooth. With that voice. Absolutely beautiful. An incredible ad. We absolutely adore it. And we are using this inspiration to call on all you creatives out there. If you love the new Tropica ad, well, you have the opportunity of winning one of 5 1,000 Rand cash prizes when you create your own video using Tropica's brand new track, Smooth Rider.
That's as simple as that. You've been doing this all the time, but now you can really get creative with this one. So Find the audio on the pinned post on the @MyTropica Instagram and TikTok accounts. To enter, just tag @MyTropica and use #SmoothRider. Competition will close on Sunday, 4 June. T's and C's apply and can be found on clover.co.za. And make sure you get involved and make sure your creative skills are extra smooth.
And just have a sip to get the inspiration you need. Oh, just can't help it.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for rejoining the party this morning. Let's have a little bit more fun and reward one of you, our amazing viewers. Confidence builds as you unlock different levels of knowledge. That's empowerment. Gynagard gave you the chance to win a 1,000 Rand hamper by telling us one thing about feminine hygiene you wish you knew when you were younger. And this has been a game changer. We are so excited to announce our next winner. Can I get a massive drum roll and round of applause for Ronald Penatumbe? I love it. I love this comment, and I think a lot of you out there are going to relate. I wish I knew that there was such a thing as waxing, avoiding the irritation of razor burn. Also, I wish we had these lovely feminine washes. Back then, it was soap, especially when considering the pH level. This is really such an amazing product that helps the most sensitive. #Gynagard, written like a copywriter. I absolutely love that one. A very deserving winner this morning. Ronald, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine, thanks. And how are you?
I'm fantastic. Thank you so much for an amazing comment this morning. I absolutely love that. Congratulations. You are our winner. How do you feel knowing you've got that hamper on the way?
Super, super excited, and I know that confidence will follow me all the days of the year.
I love that. And talk me through that kind of confidence, because this is such a personal space for us, and I'm so glad that we have created a safe place where we can talk about that. But for you, what does that confidence embody? How different are you when you feel confident on this base level?
Well, I'll be honest, okay? I mean, being a mom, it's very, very important to always feel clean, feel fresh. Morning shower is so important that, you know, a lot of women just don't really have the time to actually do that. But with Gynagard, what I've noticed is it's quick, it's easy, you feel fresh, feel clean, you feel comfortable, you put on a good pair of jeans, a good top, and you're good to go. It just makes me feel a whole lot better. There's no infections, there's no form of irritation. Everything just feels good. And when you look good, you feel good from the inside out.
I love that. And this speaks to overall wealth and health and well-being.
Yes,
I love the fact that this
absolutely.
conversation is mainstream. That being said, you really did hype up the GynaGuard products. Which is your favorite product?
I would have to say my favorite product would be the intimate wash and the wipes because, you know, obviously during your menstrual cycle, women do feel a lot of discomfort, but this has helped me tremendously. And yeah, I'm so grateful to have found GynaGuard because of my gynecologist. So that for me is an added bonus. It's amazing. I love it. I love that wash.
I absolutely love the fact that you're endorsing it from such an authentic place. I hope this can help so many more girls and women out there.
Yes, that's all we hope for. A lot of women need to discover this product.
You're a gem. Congratulations. A very deserving winner, Ronelle. Well done. Thank you so much for spreading that confidence.
Oh, it's my pleasure. And have such a beautiful day, guys.
Oh, cheers, and happy weekend. Oh, there is never a bad time for self-care. It uplifts your spirit and gives you that confidence. So stand a chance of winning your own GynaGuard hamper to the value of 1,000 Rand to get that confidence, and here's how.
Catch Expresso this May as we highlight the importance of feminine hygiene, proudly brought to you by GynaGuard, who are also offering 10 Expresso viewers a chance to win their own hamper full of a comprehensive range of GynaGuard feminine hygiene products to the value of 1,000 Rand. Simply reply to the competition post on Expresso's Facebook, Instagram and Twitter pages using hashtag GynaGuard and hashtag #FreeToJustBe. That's this May from the 1st to the 31st right here on Expresso. T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com.
That is amazing, and this is going to be incredible because we've got something for you. Now, you can enjoy quick, easy, and convenient meal solutions with Woolworths' wide selection of eat in and ready-made meals. Now, these are fuss-free and ideal to prep before load shedding hits. Thank goodness. Here to take us through some of this favorite ready-made meals, of course, Chef Clem has got exactly what we need. Now, let's start off with Chef Clem. A good morning to you first. I've missed you since yesterday. I have missed you.
I missed you too.
All right, we have paddles today, okay?
Yes, we do.
Are we playing table tennis?
We're gonna play
this
or that. But first I want to explain.
Why would you recommend a eat-in ready-made meal? Why would you recommend that?
Why would you not? Right now, when we are so plagued by that 55 minutes until load shedding thing, my goodness, this is how you conquer that. This is how you have meal solutions for the whole week without straining your brain or your wallet.
Okay.
Let me talk you through it. So let's just say, Carl, you from Spain. Now you landed on Africa and you just hear everybody talking about eat in.
I don't understand. Can you explain that to me? What is
eat in?
I don't know what they see. I'm from Spain, so please explain.
I'm gonna explain to you right now. So Woolworths, right? Biggest, giant, most loved store in the world, okay, knows that you're really busy. You've got a lot of things happening in the week. Plus, they know that this load shedding thing is really affecting how you cook dinner. What they've done is they've taken some of your favorites, the country's favorite dishes.
Okay.
They've selected that as a main, picked some complimentary sides with it, plus threw in a dessert. So you can select my side, my main, my dessert, and then you get a saving of up to 45 Rand when you do shop that combo. But what's also nice is you can kind of mind map those meals throughout the week. So don't just get that one deal, get a few others. So then you've got literally meals for 7 days just purely based off the eating deals.
And also there's good ways to chop and change as well. You know, you can actually mix it up. You don't have to do the lasagna, eclair, and salad thing. You can change it up. I like this.
Does Carlos get it?
I know it's okay, but the mixture. So what else do you have? So I can see that.
Let's talk about some of let's start off with the mains, first of all.
The mains?
Yes, we've got some beef lasagna, which is absolutely amazing. We know, again, we're talking about those iconic items that Woolies have that we love. Then we also have the mac and cheese. You can also get the bacon mac and cheese if you want. You can get the chicken roti or roti.
What if I told you that?
Tell me.
This is my vibe. I make this at home so often.
Because Woolies know.
Because, you know, it's busy days, man. And that's why. But yes, so I will say I can attest to the fact that macaroni and the lasagna and the rotis, all of them have worked very, very hard in my house.
There we go, for good reason.
Yeah.
Then you go and pick your side. You can either go with a rosa tomato salad, you can go with the baby potatoes, which have the butter inside them already. You can kind of play around. There's also some roast veg you can play around with. Mix, match, make it your own. Then we go into desserts. We have the yogurt, the beautiful, delicious, basically a dessert on its own yogurt, plus the eclairs. Mix and match. We want you to have dessert as well. So what we did is we're going to go with our lasagna, and then we're going to go with our eclairs for dessert option, and we're going to do our rosa tomato salad. But first, okay, I'm going to ask you to work on that.
Got you. You're on the plate.
I'm going to do the hot part.
Really now?
Done. There we go. So that's going to join your beautiful lasagna. The eclairs we're just going to stack. But you know, variety is the spice of life, so I want to play a game.
Okay.
I want to get to know you better. I want to know, what would Carl choose if we had like the free, like you do have the free will, by the way, to just decide what combo you want to build up with the eat-in deal?
I got you.
Are you ready for that?
I'm ready for that. Okay. So let's just go in with... Okay, where do you want to plate this? Because I feel like we could...
That chocolate
Are we going to plate this here?
Yes. Okay, so, I've got some questions for you.
You do. Okay.
Here's the scenario, okay? You're planning dinner. Choosing what to get now. So let's talk about it. Would you go for this?
Yeah.
A delicious mac and cheese, the delicious creamy, ultra creamy, delicious cheesy sauce, or would you go for that? A delicious chicken curry wrapped flaky roti?
I'm going to go for roti.
Yeah. Okay, one roti. Do I even need you to motivate?
The roti, because I think curry tastes like home for any Cape Townian.
Exactly.
So like, that's why I'd go for roti.
There we go, and I like it.
Yeah.
We got the lasagna display. Mix and match, make it your own.
Yes.
Next question. Would you go for the rosa leaf tomato salad, or would you go for the baby potato? So is it this, the salad, or is it that, the potatoes?
This, the salad.
The salad, because he is sonneklong.
Okay,
Like,
no,
he knows if
because also that one works hard in my home, and I make my own dressing.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Very last one, Carl, is would you go for the eclairs, aka the eclems, or the yogurt? Which one? Which one?
Is the yogurt that? Let me see it. What type of yogurt did you get there?
This is for the eclairs. That is for the yogurt.
I'm gonna go that. I love yogurt.
There we go.
Yeah.
And you know what the best part of all of this is?
Yes.
Willis doesn't ask you, pick. You can have it all. You can have it all.
You can have it all. Okay. Well, let's have it all. Let's just do that. So I'm gonna complete our beautiful plating of our lasagna. I'm going to give it a bit of height over there.
There we go.
And then we're going to finish off. Where's my salad? Let's also do that.
Okay, come.
You better. Salad, please. Thank you very much. The salad will be plated beautifully, and this is how it goes. I'm going to plate this on. Remember, it's not about this or that. It's eat-in ready-made meals from Woolworths. So take the thinking out of cooking with eat-in ready-made meal solutions from Woolworths. Plus, enjoy selected main, side, and dessert, as mentioned by Clem, and save up to 45 Rand when you buy the full meal. This offer is valid until 21 May and is available at selected stores while stocks last. You can view the full menu at woolworths.co.za. I'm finishing this off lovely.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Whenever you have something really cold and then you get this short, sharp kind of sensation, that's sensitivity. It can get worse. The problem is not going to go away by itself. I always recommend Sensodyne. It's specially designed to care for their sensitivity. And I've had people coming back to me saying it's made a difference. It works.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Wow, welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso on S3, and as you may have seen, our Eat-In ready-made meals from Woolworths, they've been putting this man to the work, you know, to the test. I've got something lovely over here. This is what I present. I love salad, a bit of lasagna in the same plate. This is all yours, which is fantastic, and you can get to sort that one out. But I figured, Graham, I want to bring you in here because I don't want to leave anybody out.
Here's the crazy thing, because I'm looking at these chicken rotis and they look amazing. Right? These are like a lot of my favorite sides. I love a little eclair. So I think that's going to be this will be my dessert.
Got it?
Okay. But, dude, you don't understand. I was just joking about the fact that I love a crispy lasagna and salad on the same plate.
Here it is.
I'm going to go that for my main and side because I love it. But then you've got to have, as you were saying, a nice strong vinaigrette or something on it. Crisper the cheese, the salad, the fresh. That says to me, I've been standing in a line at a canteen and I'm about to get my just rewards with the meal that I crave. I love it, man.
Just take it. You
take the whole thing. Can I take
the whole thing?
Oh, yay.
That's amazing.
I'll give you this and that. Absolutely beautiful, man. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. We'll see you on Monday. Have yourself a beautiful weekend, and thank you so much. And get these Eat-In ready-made meals later.
We love you so much. Adios. Well done, everybody.
Another feel-good production.